Good afternoon, everybody. We are here once again with the Nexus Sim Racing crew here in Las Vegas with the trucks. Boy, do we have an action-filled night tonight. First off, though, I want to welcome who's going to be in the booth. We've got Jay and Dallas here tonight. Dallas Seward being a great member of our channel, having an opportunity to come in here and broadcast with us. It's going to be great. I want to hear, though, from Dallas first. Dallas, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing well. How are you guys doing tonight?
Woo, baby, am I ready?
ready for some racing in the Sin City, baby.
Sin City is correct. Absolutely. Jay, how are you doing tonight?
Oh boy, we're back at it again. Race number 2 of the Motor City Trucks here in Las Vegas. The best racers in the business on deck here tonight. We're going to see a well of a show. Well of a race. I can't wait to get this thing going here tonight.
Absolutely. Hopefully we don't see none of that BDN tonight. If you watch our podcast, you would know I'm singling some of you out. Yes, I am. But nonetheless, it's going to be a great race night tonight. Look, we've got some great help here. We've got a great group up here in the broadcast booth, and we're ready to go. So look, Jay and Dallas, we've got 2 minutes left in practice. Let's go ahead and go over some track facts for tonight, and let's get straight into that. Tonight, it is the Sin City 200 here with the Nexus Motor City Trucks. We got a track length of 1.52 miles. We got a track temp of 83 degrees right now, an altitude of 1,954 feet, ambient temp of 68 degrees currently, 19% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and an 8-mile-an-hour wind. This is a premier open setup truck racing league. 20 degrees of banking in the turns, 9 degrees of banking on the straights. Pace car speed is 60 miles an hour tonight. Pit road speed is 50 miles per hour tonight. With one quick repair, means everybody out there gets the opportunity to pull out their backup truck if they get caught up in a little bit of trouble tonight, which we may be expecting here. But at the top of the leaderboard currently with 1 minute left in practice, we're looking at Travis Manning, a very familiar face up there, with a 30.02. Kyle Hendricks making a special appearance tonight here with the Nexus Sim Racing crew in the number 15. As you can see him going around the track right now. Guys, look, we're here at Sin City. What stays in Vegas, well, I screwed that up already. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What are we looking at here tonight, Jay, in terms of, are we going to be seeing a lot of these drivers leaving it out all on the track?
I mean, we're gambling, baby. It's Sin City. We're going to see these guys multi-lane racing. We might see 3, maybe even some 4-wide racing here tonight. Full field of trucks. Unbelievable. I can't even wait. These trucks put on a great show here in Vegas. Maybe we'll see some strategy throughout this race, maybe towards the end. I don't know. I think if you're going to gamble tonight, this is the place to do it.
Dallas, what do you got?
Oh, it's going to be a strategy race. We get no cautions. This thing goes green flag. It's going to be a mega strategy race. You're going to see fuel mileage come in. You're going to see tire wear come in. We didn't have that last week when we were at Daytona, so it's going to be interesting to see how the guys handle it this week. Big fan of this type of track. It's going to be exciting racing.
Yes, absolutely it is. Look, we just came off of the race here with the PSCRL gang, and they had a phenomenal race. I'm going out there tonight, and I am going to say that it is going to be equally as great here as well tonight here with the Nexus Motor City Trucks. On track right now, Steven Downton, league owner, going around the track to right now, going through turns 1 and 2, ready to get on track and start his qualifying run.
Yeah, here he heads down the backstretch here first time. We'll see what he does here on his first initial lap. We've seen that maybe the second lap will probably be the quicker lap here in qualifying. He's going to go up against the boards here off of turn 4. He's going to start qualifying off here tonight in the Motor City Trucks.
All right, Stephen Doughton now coming off of turn 2, looking to complete his first lap, going into turn 3 now. We can expect a good run out of Stephen tonight, I believe. He's got a pretty solid truck. He's got a pretty solid team around him, giving him some good setups, giving him some good support. And that's all what you need sometimes in order to find yourself up at the top. Currently crossing the start-finish line with a 30.522. David Salter now up to P1, top of the leaderboard with a 30.51. Cameron Keeley now finding himself P2. We got lots of people crossing the start-finish line. Stephen Doughton now going through 3 and 4, ready to complete his second lap.
Yeah, here comes Stephen Doughton across the line. He's going to take it right down to the grass. Cross the start-finish line this time by. He's going to put up a 30.437, go up to P4. Salter just takes over the P3 spot. Hendricks puts down a lap time of P7. He's going to come across the line here this time. Let's see what he does.
Hendricks comes across the line. It looks like he does improve. 30.285 goes fastest overall. We got Joseph Tucker just popped into P2 with just 4 thousandths of a second slower than Hendricks. This is a really tight field at the top. Not surprised with the speed out of Hendricks. He was really fast in practice. He's got a good grip down with these trucks, so he's gonna be one to watch out for tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Dallas, that's a great point. Very close at the top right now. Rob Collier now coming across start-finish line. Let's see if he can improve there. He does with a 30.38. Currently P3 on the board. Greg Corte now coming off turn 4 across the start-finish line. Let's see if he can improve. He does improve, but it's just unfortunately not enough. Alexander Light now off of turn 4 crossing the start-finish line. Now, he does cross start-finish line, and he comes home P4 with a 30.39. Let's see here who is coming up next. Thomas Ferrara coming across start-finish line, and he does improve to a P10 at the moment. Old Scooter B coming through 3 and 4 now.
Ellam's coming off the corner. Let's see if he's able to improve this time. 31.22 last time. I think he was just taking it nice and easy, get those tires warmed up. Let's see how he improves this lap. Only 17th fastest, 30.60. Now the field is really tight, so that's not saying that he's too far off the pace here, but a lot of fast trucks in this field tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the number 95 Toyota Tundra now coming of Isaac Singleton coming through turns 3 and 4 now. First lap he put down was good enough for P11 at the moment with the 30.44. Now exiting off of turn 4. We're going to watch this 95 machine cross the start-finish line, and let's see if he can improve here. He does. P3 for Isaac Singleton. What a run so far. Robert Gast goes P3. What a great run for him. Brad Haldane now coming across the start-finish line in that beautiful Dega Boys car. Coming home with a P10 at the moment. Joshua Daniels to the top with a 30.234. What a run for him.
Wow, leapfrogging here and qualifying. Unbelievable. What a beautiful paint scheme that was there on Brad Haldane of the Dega Boys car. Oh, man, that looked good. We also got Jared up here in the booth with us as well here tonight. He made it. Jared going to be helping us with this broadcast here tonight. Super exciting.
Jared, how you doing, my guy? Dope.
Oh, don't be shy, Jared. Come on. We don't bite, I promise.
I'd be doing better if I turned my mic on. How about that? I'm excited to be here, man. Let's go. Racing time.
Yes, absolutely it is. Look, Jared, we were talking about it a little bit here. Man, what a great time it is to be broadcasting, especially with such a great league like Nexus. Coming out here tonight and sorry, I was reading the Alex comment here. Alex, does it sound like Jay's mic is still thumping? Because I cannot hear it. If it is, let us know. But nonetheless, Jared, thanks for joining us tonight. And really excited to be putting this on. Look, we're about to round up qualifying here. Let's go ahead and yeah, we actually got Javon Thompson out on track now.
Yeah, Javon always likes to wait to the end. He's weird like that. He waits until everybody else goes, and then I don't know if he does it to like psych himself up for what he needs to run, but Javon's different.
I think he likes to go at the end of this qualifying session to give us something to talk about here towards the end. Everybody goes out right off the rip, giving us himself his own little private show here on the track here at the end of qualifying here off of turn 4 down the Nellis, or turn 2, excuse me, down the Nellis straight down here into turn 3. Let's see what Javon does here in qualifying as we're winding this thing down.
Yeah, absolutely. Javon will be one to watch tonight. That beautiful black and purple number 93 machine as he crosses the start-finish line for his first time lap. Let's see where that puts him. P22 with a 30.72. He's got another lap. Look what we've seen tonight so far. That second lap is just a bit quicker. Let's see how he does.
Tires nice warmed up, coming off of 1, coming down the Nellis straightaway into 3. Has a good line, so he's able to hold it tight, get down to that white line, make that corner as short as possible. He seems to hold it pretty good. Truck's looking pretty stable. Comes off turn 4, should be hitting down to the apron, coming across the line. Let's see how much he improves this time. P19. P19.
Yeah, that's a P19 with a 30.51 for Javon. That's currently a pretty decent run right there. So Javon, unfortunately, though, going to be having to start in the thick of it. There's a couple of drivers here that are going to be having to start in the thick of it. Let's just go over it here. Steven Downton, currently P14. Scott Bellum, currently P21. Bill Daniels had a pretty good race at Daytona. He's going to be starting P20. You know, there's a couple other ones here. Matthew Cisna, P11. Brad Haldane, P10. Matt Yost finding himself with a good qualifying run, P9. Lots of good names back here. Cameron Keeley, P17. So a lot of drivers in the middle of this field right now. Going to have a little bit of work to do. But it's a long race.
SK just sent me a message to refresh the paints, by the way. Must have changed a couple of things. So if you just refresh the paints, we have nice clean paints for everybody tonight to see. I know Rob's going to be excited that he has the Temu truck from last week that didn't show up on the broadcast just because of the broadcast issues. So he's pretty excited to showcase that truck tonight. Gorgeous, gorgeous Temu paint scheme.
Absolutely.
I hear a thumping in my headset. There's something going on. Yes. Even
All right, ladies and gentlemen, qualifying is over. I'm going to have to find that name again. Joshua Daniels, P1 for tonight. Congratulations to Joshua Daniels. What a great run for him in qualifying. Now to follow it up in the race. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our segment here. Look, it's going to be a great race. We're going to hopefully see some strategy. We're going to see, nonetheless, great side-by-side action here with the Truck Series. First off, though, Jay, I'm going to start it off with you. Who do you got tonight? What to expect? And, yeah. Anything you'd like to add?
Oh, man. All right. Well, tonight I think we're going to see some 3, maybe some 4-wide racing. Definitely some side-by-side racing. It's going to be some great racing all night long. I think we're going to see a little strategy be playing into this game as well. But if I'm looking for someone with pace, someone who can get the job done, his name is Mr. Showtime himself, Rob Collier. I'm going to take it. I think Collier's going to get the win here tonight.
Dallas, who do you got?
Oh boy, he didn't qualify. He didn't make, wasn't able to make qualifying, but he said he's racing. Travis Manning, he's coming from the back. Should be exciting to watch him. He's one of them to watch for, as well as Javon Thompson. He always finds a way. I don't know how he does it, strategy-wise. As this race plays out green, expect Javon to finish top 5. I don't know how he does it. He does it every single time.
He really, that's a great choice, honest.
If we get some green flag racing, once these trucks get spread out, we should expect to see this race be pretty clean. I know at the beginning of these races, everybody's close together, and on restarts, it can get a little chaotic. But trust these guys tonight. I think we're going to have a lot of green flag runs, a lot of strategy played out tonight.
If it's anything like what we witnessed with the PSCRO guys, it's going to be an amazing race. Ready to get this going. Who am I going to go with tonight? I can't pass it up, guys. I can't. I have to. I'm going Kyle Hendricks. Why? This is a drafting track. He's a drafting kind of guy. I know Jay loves that word, drafting track. I know he does.
No. you know Kyle's going to have his truck set up to be running nice in traffic. He gets the thing out front, his thing's going to sail.
Yeah.
Kyle's going to be up front. Let's be honest here. Kyle's going to be one to beat.
Well, we've got a good spread on the field with who we think is going to be able to have a good run tonight. So, but with that said, I'll let Jay divulge into his great pre-race excitement for what to expect.
Oh, man. I guess, yeah, like I said, it's going to be multiple lanes of racing. We're going to see 3, 4-wide action, a little bit of strategy. I'll just keep bringing that one up for you guys. Keep you guys in the loop on that whole ordeal. I think we're going to see a lot of different guys towards the front of this field throughout this race. These initial start of this race could be wild. I don't even know what we're going to see. I don't even know how to predict it. It's going to be absolutely nuts this first 10, 15 laps before the pace of these trucks start to spread out where the tires go away. So keep your eyes on the beginning of this race. It could be important to get this track position to get spread before it gets spread out, because it's easier to make the moves on the initial start of this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, track position is extremely important here. You find yourself in some dirty air, you'll get yourself some in a bad situation behind a car in front of you. So extremely important to get that clean air, extremely important to keep that good track position, and it's also extremely important to have that good strategy. Strategy will play a role in this race, unless, there's a caution right as pit stops start happening or something to kind of screw that up a little bit. But
there's no Tim Henderson tonight, so there's not gonna be a caution when somebody's pitting.
Oh man! All right, in the chat, James Gentry saying he's choosing Singleton. Let's go Singleton. All right, that's good, man. I think Isaac Singleton has a great chance. Look, he got a great qualifying start, and he's going to be able to capitalize on that for sure. Look at this though. Warm up is done. We're done. We're gridding. We're about to get this thing underway. Joshua Daniels out front here. Let's go ahead and pull up our starting grid. Joshua Daniels on pole for tonight, with Kyle Hendricks on the outside of him in the number 69 starting P2.
Starting P3, that's Michael Tucker in the 13 truck, with Robert Gast in the 87 starting P4.
Isaac Singleton. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought we were trading off here, man.
I know. I screwed up. You go.
P5, we got Isaac Singleton in the 95 truck. And P6, Showtime himself, Rob Collier in the 02 Timu machine.
All right, my turn, baby. Jordan Whiting in the number 24, starting P7 tonight with Alexander Light in the number 34, starting P8.
Starting P9, that is Matty Yost in the number 70 with Bad Brad Haldane in the 39 truck, starting P10.
We got Matthew Cisna on the outside of the inside of row 6 in P11, and P12, Kobe Jordan.
That rounds out your top 12 for tonight with everybody up front. So let's go ahead and go to our tower. We're going to be able to go and look at try to look at Josh Daniels. Josh Daniels not gridding up just yet here. Kyle Hendricks on the outside of him. Again, let's talk about the importance of this start, of the track position that you need. This is where Kyle Hendricks is going to have to succeed to try to get that number 15 car out front and get that clean air over Joshua Daniels. This restart is going to mean a lot, especially at the beginning of this race. So with Joshua Daniels and Kyle Hendricks starting up front, these guys are going to be able to duke it out. Now, if one truck or the other gets a great restart, we're going to be watching the cars behind them, Michael Tucker and Robert Gast, running with that truck in front of them. So watch for that too. There could possibly be a pretty good run on the outside. That's definitely something to look for here as we go into our start of the race. And we're going to be going one time. Oh, actually, we're going green flag this time by. With the lights off on the pace truck. All right, Dallas, you got any last thoughts before we go green flag?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who tries to get as much track position in the beginning and who sacrifices some tire wear to do so. Tire is going to be a big part of this. Trucks like to get really tight. Once those trucks get tight, you're going to lose a lot of time. So keeping those tires nice and fresh as long as you can will be key here. So we'll see who pushes, makes moves, and who kind of rides around and saves it for later on in the run.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay, any last thoughts?
The best iRacers in the business here in Sin City 200 here in Vegas. We'll see who gets the job here done here tonight. Here we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be coming off of turn 4 here. Number 77 going to be leading the field to the start of the race. Pace truck is off of the racing surface, and here comes the 77 into the restart zone. The green flag is out in the air, and the 77 doesn't get that good of a jump, but look at the 15. He gets a great jump on the outside. No help, though. The 87 of Robert Gass struggling a little bit on that restart. The 13 all over the rear bumper of the 77 currently. Tucker giving all that push to the 17, now coming off of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. No separation between these guys. These guys are drafting it out into turn 3.
As Daniels continues to lead here into turn 3, they've got Tucker in the 13 truck all over his rear bumper trying to push him here across the line. And here comes Hendricks side by side here with Singleton. This is for P3. It looks like Singleton's going to take that position as we head for turn 1 now.
Singleton takes the 3rd spot away from Hendricks. Hendricks coming back strong on the outside in the 15 truck. Let's see if he's able to hold on to his outside. Meanwhile, this has brought Jordan Whiting in the 24. They're going to try to make it 3 wide, go down the backstretch into turn 3.
Now into turn 3, the 15 still on the outside, the 24 lending a little bit of help to the 15 on the outside, trying to make that happen, but it's not. That inside line just seems a little bit too dominant right now. That outside lane may need a little bit of working in order for these drivers to use it going through these corners, and Kyle Hendricks being one of the first to try and work in that outside lane. You can see the 24 and the 02 almost making a little bit of contact there. That's Rob Collier and Jordan Whiting now coming down the back straightaway side by side, but look at this. Up front, the 95, Isaac Singleton, now going with Kyle Hendricks.
Yes, the outside line's coming alive here as now you see the 15 of Hendricks looking to the outside. Oh, you see Whiting sideways across the line. He's going to hang on to that, baby. Oh, we got a wreck in the back.
That is Alexander Light in the 34 having a little bit of issues there. You can see his rear bumper coming down the track as we got the first caution of the night on lap 3, currently on lap 4. Let's go ahead and look at that crash and see what happened to the 34 off of turn 4. You can see Alexander here coming through turns 3 and 4. We'll go a little slow here for everybody so we can see what is happening. A little contact there between the 43 and the 34. The 34 coming on down on top of the 43. And contact being made there. A little bit more contact to the 43. Steven Doughton, huge hit there, getting himself into the wall as well. Pieces flying everywhere. And boy, what a start to the race for these two.
That's going to be a couple of backup trucks to start this race. So, Steven, that was a hard hit to Alex. Alex truck's all beat up. Looks like the 43, I mean, not that you want to get into an accident, but got away a little cleaner than these other guys. Should be pretty good. Probably come down and fix some of that nose damage, but not a good start for Alex and SK.
Not at all for these guys. As you can now see the 34 coming down pit road. We got a couple other guys. Jordan Whiting, Robert Gass now coming off of pit road. Nate Cotilla, Greg Court, Christopher Hill. Steven Doughton now having to take that quick repair and find himself in the back of this pack. So did the 34, taking a quick repair there. As the 78, Kobe Jordan being the final one to come off of pit road. In that 78, now coming off pit road, going to find himself at the back here.
This is a very interesting timed caution here. Now that these guys in the back come get some fuel, maybe play a little bit of long game through this pit strategy now that they'll have a few extra laps of fuel on board these race trucks. We saw how that played out in our Sunday truck series here at Vegas. Maybe something interesting plays out here tonight. We're a little shorter distance than we were on Saturday, but this could play into the favor of these guys coming up pit road here early.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately for Alex and Steven there, they're going to have to just kind of ride around and hope to stay out of some trouble, wait for some laps to get down before they go back to race. You don't want to have to trash another truck at the start of this race, unfortunately. But 5 laps in, I don't believe we had anybody come down to take tires, especially with the limited sets. But the fuel should help. You're going to have to save a little bit more on those tires to get the most of that fuel run. But different strategies already starting to play out at the beginning of this race. All right, top 5 currently as we stand. It's Daniels in the 77, followed by Tucker, the 13, Singleton, 3rd in the 95, Hendricks and Collier. Round out your top 5.
Yeah, what a great initial start that was by the 77 of Daniels. Tucker was really committed to pushing him through that beginning stages of this race, staying locked to that bumper down the backstretch, giving him as much shove as he could to keep them out front. And then we saw Kyle Hendricks in that 15 truck. He was looking to the outside. Collier was looking a little racier to begin this race. This restart is going to be very interesting now that we're going to see the 13 of Tucker on the outside, Daniels on the inside. Now, will Singleton stick to the rear bumper here of the 77 of Daniels? Do we see the 15 of Hendricks do a little bit of what he saw the 13 doing with the 77? Maybe use that to his advantage. Maybe we're going to get these guys doubled up here.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. I'm riding around the truck in front of you. I'll keep you nice in that draft, but it's going to hurt your tires a little bit more riding around that dirty air. You saw the Collier and Hendricks peeking out to the outside, trying to get as much of that clean air on their tires as much as they could. Good news for the leader, though. He always got that clean air. So we'll see who's going to fight for track position on this restart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are side by side, lined up, lights off on the pace truck. We're going green flag racing this time by. We're going to watch Joshua Daniels once again lead the field to green. This is going to be the first restart for this race. We're going to be watching Kyle Hendricks now in that second row. Let's see what he can do with the outside. This is going to be very interesting to see how that outside lane works. Real quick in the chat, Matt Weaver, Dad, you're not welcome home if you don't win. If you ain't first, you're last. Come on, son. James Gentry, shake and bake. Matt Weaver again, Singleton, you don't win. You're carrying buckets tomorrow.
Ooh, Ooh, I wouldn't want to carry buckets.
Yeah, me
I'm
neither.
Singleton. I'm going to try to get that win tonight, baby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, off of turn 4, we're going to be watching this pace truck come off of the racing surface down onto pit lane. We're going to see race control go into the number 77's hands. We'll see him restart this race. Pace truck off the racing surface. And the 77 finds himself into the restart zone, and green flag is out in the air. He gets a great jump over the outside lane. 13 of Michael Tucker now trying to fall in line with the 77. He does a great job at the moment going into turn 1 now, side by side battling here between Isaac Singleton and Kyle Hendricks. They're both going still side by side through 1 and 2 and off of 2 down the back straightaway now into a classic drag race.
Yeah, still side by side here down into turn 3. Singleton on the inside. Hendricks finding some speed up here on the outside. Still going to be side by side here through 3 and 4 off of turn 4. Maybe Singleton leaking ahead here as now you see the 15 of Hendricks running down, kind of pinning the 95 down to the inside here. Not letting him side draft him down here into turn 1.
Tucker got right to the back bumper of Daniels going into 1. He tried to look into his outside. Daniels is a little bit faster going into 1. Tucker's decided to follow in line. You see them going single file down the back stretch, but now you have Hendricks looking to the outside of Singleton once again as they head into 3.
Now coming through 3 and 4, the 15 car trying to find any way around. Oh, the 77's around! The leader, we're wrecking back here! The 77's going around, and everybody looks to be involved here. What happened?
Unfortunate there for your leaders. Maybe a push gone awry across the front stretch. You saw the 13 go around as well. Unbelievable churn of events here in Vegas, Sin City.
Wow. All right. Let's go back and look at this crash. Joshua Daniels at the time leading this pack. I don't want to do that. I apologize. Okay, let's watch and see what happened here with the 77 and the 13, I believe, coming off of turn 4. The 77 just about 3/4 of a lane up than the 13. You can see the 13 trying to take advantage of that on the bottom side, hugging that apron. It looks like maybe a little bit of contact there between the two trucks, and the 77 goes for a ride here. Big contact with the 95. Look at Hendricks barely getting by there. The 77 of Matt Yost, huge damage.
Oh, I didn't see Yost involved in the first time. I just thought it was a couple of cars spin, but oh, Hendrick threading that needle there to avoid that. That was an incredible move by him. Unfortunate for Yost, though, in the 70 truck.
Yeah, it was like Moses parting the Red Sea there. You saw Hendricks and Collier slip through there, but then it closed right there in front of Yost. So unfortunate.
I'd like to go back, guys, and look at the 15 car, Kyle Hendricks. Let's go on board with him with the Dega Boys cam and see what he saw now coming through turns 3 and 4.
Singleton wants to go fast. We'll see. Still got to develop here off of turn 4. Not a good look here from Hendricks. See, it's hard to see through the front of the other truck, but then here comes the 77. There's the 13.
Oh,
very abrasive move to the inside. Wow.
Oh, what a wheel man that was right there. You saw the smoke, and you saw him try to go high, and it looked like it was going to be clear. And then everything, there was 3 trucks in front of him, sideways, everything. Incredible move by Hendricks to avoid that.
Now it looks like Kyle Hendricks is going to the point. The 95 of Isaac Singleton coming down pit road. He is going to relent that position back to Kyle Hendricks. And Kyle Hendricks will be leading this field to green. What change of events there for the 15 truck. As we still got lights on the pace car, but 2 cautions now. 12 on lap 12, 11 laps in for these guys. And I can't imagine another case here where we aren't seeing some strategies take place.
Yeah,
it is
Kyle
interesting. You're gonna have people on people making pit stops again. A couple people probably topping off, but 12, 13, 14 lap difference on fuel when this goes green. That's gonna make a big difference. I think these guys in the front might hope for timely caution here towards the end of the run, but. Interesting strategies playing out so far.
Yeah, that's about as Vegas as it gets right there for Kyle Hendricks. I'd rather be lucky than good, and he was lucky to get through that wreck. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's sitting in the catbird seat now, here with Rob Collier behind him. These guys have been making some moves, and here they are going to be on the front row of this race. And then, like Dallas said, a little bit of fuel strategy here in play with lap 12 pit stops here under yellow.
Absolutely.
Hendricks with the Boeing sponsorship on the hood, and that's probably the best Boeing's looked in a while.
All right, James Gentry in the booth, or in the comments, drive it like you stole it, Singleton, or buckets shall be your destiny. Matt Weaver, that's my boy, Rubbin is racing. And then we got XLR in the chat. Court will beat everyone. Let's see where Court is at. Greg Court right now, P15, that number 58 Toyota. Doing a great job so far, actually, +8 from the start of this race, and it looks like he's got a pretty clean race truck so far. Some great wreck avoidance there for him, finding himself in decent position.
Now that's a beautiful looking truck as well. Nice looking truck with the Mobile 1 scheme and the number 58. As we're looking like we're bunching these boys back up here, Tom. As what would they say on Fox? Let's re-rack them and go again here off of turn 2. The lights are out on the pace truck. You know what that means.
Green flag racing this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be watching that number 15 truck, not once again, for the first time, leading this field to green. We will see that pace truck come off of the racing surface and give control to the 15 truck. And we will watch Kyle Hendricks lead this field to green. Interesting note, Rob Collier on the outside here will be restarting on that outside lane. He's going to have the 43 of Thomas Ferrara behind him. 27 Matthew Cisna behind Kyle Hendricks. Pace truck off the racing surface. Kyle Hendricks now going into the restart zone, and the green flag is out in the air. The 15 getting an amazing jump here. As you can see him get a huge lead over the field, getting all that clean air as he can. Matthew Cisna and Rob Collier now going side by side into turn 1. The 43 ducks in behind the 27 now. As you can see, these cars continue to battle out. The 27 is going to take over that P2 position coming down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Cisna here up to P2 out of nowhere. This guy is up here to the front of the field. And then you see the 71 of Renner. He was trying to make a move to the outside here. Didn't make it happen. He's going to go to the crossover move here off of turn 4 to the inside of Salter. We're going to go side by side here across the line.
Yeah, Renner making the move for P5 on the inside of Salter as they come through. It looked like the inside line gets a lot better jump on the restart. Should be interesting to know for that later. Renner trying to complete the pass on Salter. He does it. Single file out the backstretch. Now we go wide. Rob Collier looking to peek into the inside of Sesta as he goes into turn 2. Sesta shuts the door. Rob Collier follows behind, drifts up high. Coming out of 4, it is Hendricks, Sesta, and Collier.
Collier trying to make something happen here to get back up to the rear bumper of the 15 truck. As you can see, everybody trying to jockey for position. The 43 almost looking like he's to the inside of the O2. Not going to let it happen this time by the O2. He's going to push the 27 right on by the 15. Off of turn 2, now that 27. Now up front and leading this race over Kyle Hendricks.
New leader here in Vegas. That is the 27 assist. Now Collier is going to go to the inside of Hendricks. He's going to move up to P2. This is incredible. Now Cisna play a little defensive here across the front stretch as Collier is going to push him across the line. Here's Renner giving a good shove here to the 43 of Ferreira. And they're going to look maybe inside here to turn 1. They're not going to make it happen, but here comes Collier off of turn 2.
You saw the 4 trucks pushing.
Oh, caution's out.
Down. Yeah, caution back out. Wreck in the back.
Oh, it's the 87 of Robert Gast having a great starting position for tonight, getting a lot of damage on that truck. We're going to have to go back and see what happened here between himself and possibly some other trucks here. So let's go and see what happened to Robert Gast. Now coming into turn 1. Oh, already big contact. Matt Yost is around. Oh, and the 87 grabs a lot of contact there. Something was already developing as we were watching, and let's go and see what happened to the 70 truck of Matt Yost. We'll go ahead and rewind it just a little bit here. Look, he's already in the wall with some big damage. Look, we were 3 wide across the start finish line with the 34 and the 78. That would be Kobe and Light now coming across the start-finish line. We might see a little bit of contact here. The 78, no contact. 78 pushing up just a little bit. 70 trying to give him a little bit of room there, and unfortunately, the room ran out.
Yeah, 3 wide racing here at Vegas. That's a product of what you're going to see. So unfortunate for all those guys involved. And then Steven Doughton gets into the back here. Unfortunately, he's already had that incident on the early stages of this race, and then Robert Gass really had nowhere to go. The hole just kind of collapsed on him here as he was trying to make evasive action, make some pretty significant contact there, and then out into the outside wall into turn 1.
Oh, that's rough for Matt. He already had to take his fast repair from the first incident. Oh, I don't know if he's going to be able to make it back from that one. That truck might be toast.
Well, boys, we've got pit stops happening now. Rob Collier down pit road. Jordan Whiting, Christopher Hill, Alexander Light. Looks like Rob's going to lose a little bit of time here to these guys. Robert Gass still on pit road. Stephen Doughton still on pit road. It looks like Greg Court now coming off of pit road. Javon Thompson also coming down pit road. And he is going to be in the back for now. But look at this. Matthew Cisna leading this field.
Wow, this is unbelievable. Strategies are all over the place here to begin this race. We got about 3-4 different strategies already. Guys that haven't made pit stops, guys that have made pit stops during these initial 3 cautions we've had. This is unbelievable. We are going to see some absolute insane strategy and track position being changed throughout this race. But Cisna came out of nowhere there on that last restart, took the lead, and here he is leading the field here in Vegas.
Yeah, Cisna really took that push from Rob well. That inside line was just booking. Once Hendricks got to that outside, he was just falling back. It is interesting that we've had a bunch of trucks stay out so far through 19 laps. You'd think at this point they would have been trying to equalize themselves and at least come down for fuel. But it's really opening up the doors. This is going to be a wild strategy race now.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly where I was going to go with that. A little bit of strategy still playing into this race so far. A couple cars not pitting. But real quick, I want to go to the chat. Manning Motorsports giving us a good let's go. Connor Reed, Isaac will make the field look like light work getting through them. And then Motor Rampage, come on, Court. Let my boy cook. Hey, look, I think this would be a great time as we see the light still on the pace truck. If you guys are liking what you're seeing right now, go ahead and continue to support us. We'll be here every week broadcasting this league. If you guys don't mind hitting that subscribe button, liking and commenting, it really means a lot to us to get us into that algorithm. We truly appreciate all of you that have come out already to watch this. Make sure you guys also check out some of our socials. That means a lot to us as well as we spread out to different platforms. Everything is in the linked description below. And as I was saying that, we got another guy in the chat. Landon! He's got 50 on Singleton. Ooh, I like that. Little bit of chat gambling. We are in Sin City. We are in Sin City.
That's a gamble. Let's take that gamble. Well, I'm a betting man. Why not? We're in Vegas.
Connor, he's going to quadruple down here. He's got 200 on Singleton. This
Wow.
guy's a gambling man. Gambling, rambling man here with Connor Reed in the chat. I like it. I like the
There's a lot of
All right,
pressure
I
on
like
you
it.
now.
Look, now we're just one-upping each other. I like it. Let's see it. Let's see it. We got 1K on Court. And I love it. I love it.
We got 50 going once, got 20, we got 200 in the chat, 200 in the chat, 1K in the chat, 1K in the chat. Can we get a 2K in the chat? No. I'm not an auctioneer. I'm a broadcaster.
I think as broadcasters, we can't actually like bet live, right? Like there's probably like Big Daddy NASCAR will come in and probably suspend us for a few weeks for gambling on the sport.
We might have to make some content that says Big Daddy iRacing, if that's the case.
Big Daddy iRacing does become Big Daddy sometimes.
Connor Reed, he puts his whole entire truck on Singleton.
That's light work. Where's the mortgage at?
Plot twist, it's one of those like outdated Mazda trucks.
Oh.
Connor, I'm sure it's a nice truck.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming off of turn 4. Pace truck going to be coming off of the racing surface. The 27 of Matthew Cisna going to be leading this field to green. Into the restart zone he goes, and the green flag is out in the air. Cisna getting a great jump on the field. The 43 of Thomas Ferrara and Kyle Hendricks now. They will be side by side going into turn 1. Kyle Hendricks, he's going to have that preferred lane now going into turn 1 all the way down to the apron. The 43 is going to fall in line now. The 71, Nick Renner, finding himself into the top 5. Brad Haldane as well. The 39 making a great appearance as the 43. Now it's looking to the inside, not going to make it happen going into turn 3, but look at this. The 27 now coming under attack by the 15.
Wow, these guys are real racy on this restart. Here comes Hendricks to the outside of Cisna. Across the line, we got a little bit of side-by-side action here into turn 1. As you see Farah trying to make a move here to the inside. Cisna get a little turn off the bottom. Almost makes contact with the 15 of Hendricks. We're still side-by-side here off of turn 2.
Hendricks with the run out of 2, coming to the outside of Cisna. Seems he's going to be able to complete the pass. Meanwhile, we are going 2 by 2 behind them as well. Renner's looking to the inside of Ferrara. We got Hendrick to the outside of Cisna as they come off at 4. Is Hendricks going to have the run as they come across the line? They are side by side. Hendricks giving the lead this lap.
Hendricks still sitting on that outside lane there. Look, we got support for the bottom lane and for the outside lane. The 15 holding strong. The 27 also holding strong through turns 1 and 2. Neck and neck now. Coming down the back straightaway, a classic drag race ensues between these two guys as the lanes start forming. The 15 still on the outside, still too wide. 3 rows deep now. As you can see, even Travis Manning finding himself in the top 5 now. Coming across the start-finish line to complete lap 24.
Wow, you got your top 8, 10 cars here under a blanket, still side by side here in a turn 1, multiple rows deep, as a battle for the lead range is on here. Cisna's still to the inside. Oh, look like Renner got tight there in the middle of 1 and 2. He's going to lose a little bit of momentum here as we're continuing to drag race down the backstretch, multiple lines racing, as you see Hendricks diving in extremely deep here into turn 3.
We are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, 6 rows deep. Look at that outside line. You have Hendricks, you have Ferreira, and right behind Ferreira we have Travis Manning starting from the back, making his way up there, charging on that outside. Only 3 trucks that are outside line, but they are
that's 71!
You got Renner getting loose in the
Wow.
back. They're side by side now. We got Bellum to the inside of Renner. We're a 3, 4 wide coming off of turn 2 going down the Nellis straightaway.
These guys are absolutely all over the place. 3 wide back here, still 3 wide. The 24, the 23, Brad Haldane losing a lot of ground. We got sideways. Who is that? Nate Cotilla. He comes and saves it. He's coming across the start-finish line now. Still 3 wide back here. This is some insane racing that we are seeing. Oh, Collier. He's going down below the yellow line here. Saves it. Unbelievable. There's so much. Oh, we got more wrecking in the back here. It's the 58 of Greg Court in the wall. He's going to find himself way in the back.
This is absolutely insane racing we're witnessing here as you see the 15 of Farrella. He's to the inside of Whiting. These guys are just all over each other here. Can't find any separation. Nothing's materializing here to get some separation. As now you see Haldane losing lots of spots here all the way back here. Now the one of Bellum we're on board with. He's looking to the rear bumper here of the 43. As you see Cisna, he's already back to P5. Merely taking the wrong side here on this track as Hendricks leads a Manning P2.
We got the top 5 all singled out. It looks like everybody is trying to relax. That was some tight racing. People are trying to collect their thoughts, get back in line here. Smart start, make the charge towards the front. We got the front 6 single file. Then we got the battle for P7 right now with Renner and Salter. Salter to the inside of Renner as they come down. But 78 of Jordan looking to the inside of Renner as well. Oh, it looks like almost some contact in the middle of the corner. Salter comes up, Renner comes down as they come off the corner. Renner with the run on the outside.
Renner still battling hard with the 80 truck at the moment with Salter going into turn 3 now. That bottom lane still having a lot of support right now with that with 2 cars behind him. But look at this, the 71 car just holding extremely strong on the outside. He's going to make that pass, shut the door on the 80 now going into turn 1, and we are single file once again. Back here for the top 7.
Yeah, what a move there by Renner. Clears the 80 of Salter, but Salter gets tied off the corner. Now we got the 23 in the mix. That's Daniels. He's going to push Kobe Jordan down here into turn 3. This is incredible. Here comes Jordan to the inside of Salter. Here through 3 and 4. We're looking at some side-by-side action here off of turn 4. It's going to be still the outside Salter's going to hold that position across the line. But here comes Kobe Jordan. Here comes Daniels. He's trying to throw his nose up in this mix.
Jordan trying to complete the pass as they go down into turn 1. It looks like he will complete it. See if he's going to be able to slide up, get that slide job on the 80. He does. Slides up in front of the 80 off the corner. That opens up the door for Daniels on the inside as well. As we go to the back here, we got another battle. Almost 2 or 3 wide coming into the corner. Looks like we got Keeley going to the inside of the 60, or I'm sorry. I got the right number here. Numbers are confusing. We have Keeley on the outside of the 11 truck as they come off the corner. Battle as they come across the start-finish line. Keeley on the outside.
Yeah, we had a little bit of battling back here, a little bit of wall contact between these two guys. As the 63 still on the outside of the 11, he's going to find himself trying to get in, and he does. Still some more battling up here, though. The 78 and the 80 of Salter and Jordan. Oh, contact there! The 80 truck making some door contact here in turns 3 and 4. Rob Collier, he's got the opportunity to pounce. He's going to take it 3 wide across the start-finish line. Rob Collier to the inside in turn 1.
Here comes Showtime. He's trying to get back to the front of this field after a little bit of pit sequence strategy here. He gets 2 guys in 1 corner here. Move Collier up to P9. As you see Jordan up on the outside, he's fading. Keeley goes by. Here comes Christopher Hill, I believe. No, that is the 15 car of Farrella. He's going to try and make a move to the inside of Jordan. He does not make that move, but here comes Whiting. He's up here in the mix in P11. He's looking at the inside of Salter. Salter shuts the door on him across the line, and these guys are going to barrel on down here the front stretch.
Whiting got shuffled out with that action before when they were going 2, 3, 4 wide down the straightaway. Whiting trying to gain that ground back up. We got 78 looking to the inside of Whiting, but he's going to hold strong. Now trying to come off the corner. You got the 80 car, you got the Whiting. Whiting goes to the outside. We got 78 just brushing the wall as they come off the corner. To the inside of the 78 now, we got Kobe Jordan. Kobe Jordan to the outside. We got Ferreira to the inside of Kobe Jordan. Looks like Kobe Jordan's getting a little loose off the corner again. Ferreira's going to make that move to the inside. Give the position to Ferreira as they come across the line.
The 15 pushing off the exits of the corner, pushing that 78 high. We're going to watch how this develops now, going through turns 1 and 2. The 24 and the 80 were fighting. Now the 15 and the 80 are fighting. David Salter still finding himself on that outside lane as the 15 tries to complete that pass on the 78. It looks like he does now. Going into turn 3, the 11 car going to follow the 15. 15 getting real tight here. He's going to shut the door on the 80 almost on the outside there. The 15 still trying to hold strong on the inside line, having a little bit of issues there now going into turn 1. A little bit of loose out of the 15.
Oh, Whiting lost the bottom there a little bit. He almost gave it up there to the 15, but look at, here comes Christopher Hill. Where did he come from? He's to the inside of Jordan. We may be looking at some 3 wide action here into turn 3 as Christopher Hill using that middle line. Can he make something happen here? As Salter's up on the outside, he's got Jordan behind him. Here comes a 15 of Farrell. He's trying to make something happen on the inside. Oh, he gets sideways off a 4. Can that open the door here for Christopher Hill? No, Hill's going to push the 15 across the line.
We got 2x2 racing back here again. That is pulling in the 29 truck and the 77 at Daniels as they come into this action. Ferrella trying to make the move on the inside of the 80 as they come off. It looks like he's clear. Is he going to be able to slide up in front of it? The 80 truck has to run on the outside. Keeping to the outside of Ferrella. He had the door. He did not take it. Ferrella back to the inside of the corner. Let's see if he's able to clear it again this time. Slide his way up in front of the 80. Give the spot to Ferrella as he comes across there. We are still 2x2 behind him as they come out of the front stretch.
Now coming across the start-finish line, this battle continues to heat up as more cars join this. Going into turn 1 now, that 15 trying his best to get around the outside lane here of the 80 truck, doing everything he can. Looks like he might be just a little bit out of control here with those tires that he has underneath him. The 11 now electing to go high to try and help support that outside lane as the 78 goes the inside. He's loose. He's sideways. Does he save it? He does. What a save by the 78 going through turns 3 and 4.
full drift here in Vegas by the 78 of Jordan. That was unbelievable. But here's Christopher Hill pushing Salter here into turn 1. This 11 of Christopher Hill is really quick. Just can't find a way around these boys as they're racing super hard here off of turn 2. Oh, you see the 15 a little sideways there off of turn 2. As now that's going to give Hill the outside advantage as he take it to the bottom of Salter. Salter a little defensive here into turn 3. As these guys continue to battle it out here off of turn 4. Look at Jordan riding up there on the outside of turn 4.
We got Bellum, we got Salter, we got Hill as they come across. Hill gets to the inside of Salter as they come down into turn 1. Give the position to Salter. He slides it down in there. He goes to the inside of Bellum. Bellum to the outside. Salter, Hill, and Bellum almost collide as they come off the corner.
Oh,
Bellum to the outside. We got Salter in the wall. Salter in the wall. He almost comes down. I don't even. Who was that then he almost came down into? Let's see.
Daniels.
Joshua Daniels. Daniels comes up in there, almost gets in the Salter. We got Jordan behind these guys on those tires that are probably screaming at him now because he's been getting loose. Meanwhile, we got Hill in front of Bellum. This is just getting crazy back here as they come down into turn 1.
Into turn 1 they go now. Hill all way out front in front of Scott Bellum. Now the 77 of Josh Daniels trying to stay in front of this pack at the moment. They kind of find themselves single file now as we'll take a quick look at the top here in the top 5. Matthew Cisna coming under attack by Rob Collier as he continues to work his way back to the front in that 02 truck. As you can see him giving a little bit of shove there to the 27, maybe trying to give him a little help here to try and have both of them catch up to this lead pack of 4 cars at the moment coming off of turn 2 now. Are we side by side? We are side by side for the lead. Kyle Hendricks to the inside. Travis Manning to the outside. Let's see who gets it off of turn 4.
Here comes Travis, the man Manning. He's to the outside of Kyle Hendricks here. Can he make the move for the lead? He's going to lead this lap. As now you see this battle, Tucker's in the mix here. He's going to push Hendricks into turn 1. Hendricks going to try to make it to the inside line. He's a little sideways, but Travis Manning's going to take the lead here off of turn 2. He is your last week's winner trying to go back-to-back here in Vegas. Oh, so he's in the wall back there. Big contact off of turn 2. I believe that was the 71 of Renner. Unbelievable. He hung on to that thing.
Renner keeps it straight. We get correct here. Meanwhile, we go back up to the front. Manning at the front, from the back all the way to the front, and it didn't even take him a quarter of the race to do it. The battle with him and Hendricks had brought in the 13 truck closer now that they've gone single file. It's spreading out a little bit. Hendricks to the inside of Manning as he peeked down in the corner. Single file as they come off at 2. Give the run to Manning. It is Manning, Hendricks, Tucker off at 2.
All right, these guys continue to battle it out for the lead. It almost seems like they are going to continue to go single file here as we go to the back just a little bit further and watch a little bit more battling happen. Oh, we're 3 wide. We're watching a wreck. The 95, Isaac Singleton, was sideways, but he saved it. Unbelievable what we just saw there. That man was like at a 90-degree angle and saved it. Saved it. What a drive to keep that truck straight and clean. Unbelievable job there as he continues on now, going into turn 1. Still trying almost 3 wide here off of turn 2, but they're going to keep it straight for now. Unbelievable. We just switched to it, and there was a wreck happening. We're going to go back to the top 10 spot here. This is Kobe Jordan battling it out with the 15, the 1, the 80, and the 24 now coming across start-finish line.
Wow, this is insane racing. That was a wreck just to have a caution. That was unbelievable by Singleton there. As now you see Bellum is in this mix. Jordan's finally got cleared of some of these guys that he was battling with. Farrell is right behind him. Oh, look at Whiting up on the outside. That was an incredible move off of turn 2. He made 2 moves in 1 corner. Now he's going to take it back to the outside of the 15 of Farrell. Look at Whiting in the Hot Wheels car. He is flying right now. He is on rails to the outside of Farrell. And now Jordan's leaving the inside open. We might be seeing some 3 wide action here. This is insane.
Everybody running that middle line. Not Whiting. Whiting's taking it to the outside. He is passing all these trucks. We have Farrell going to the inside of Jordan as they come into the corner. That's going to cause Jordan to go out. What? It's a 3 wide in the middle. We are 3 wide down the back stretch. For on the bottom. Jordan on the outside. Whiting in the middle. Jordan has the... Whiting has the advantage. Sends it in there. Catella holds it down. Jordan tried to side draft on the outside to keep him close. Catella takes the spot away from Jordan. Who took the spot. From Whiting, who took the spot away from Jordan.
Jordan is just putting it all on the line tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Back here trying to get himself back to the front with the 15 and the 78 as they continue to battle it out here, going down the back straightaway. What amazing driving that we are seeing out of these guys right now for P11. The 24 finding himself one spot behind the 15, currently off of turn 4, as it looks like the 15 is just taking a completely different line than anybody else. Maybe a little bit of defensive line going into these corners. You can see him not even going all the way up to the wall to try and apex that corner. We're going to go back to the front here just for a second, because it looks like the 15 has caught himself back up to the rear bumper of the 28. Might make a move here for the lead once again. We'll continue to watch this for a couple laps here as the 15 is still on his quest to get back to the front.
Yeah, as you see, Hendricks still running right in the tire checks. The 88 of Manning. Manning's going to be a little defensive here into turn 1. A guy to keep our eyes on, though, is Christopher Hill in that 7 truck. Up to P6. He's been flying through the field. He just got by Cisna, who has led some of the race laps earlier in this race. But this is unbelievable. Keep your eyes on the numbers 11 of Hill here. He is doing a fantastic job in his pursuit to the front of this field.
Hill is absolutely flying. From the back, we just were wondering where he came from. Now he's up in the, 6th position? Trying to catch up to Collier to take over the 5th position. What a race this is becoming. The leader staying nice and close, so we got Manning and Hendricks running nose to tail as they come down to the backstretch. Hendricks trying to get the spot on Manning. Not able to complete that yet, so we got pit stop starting.
Pit stops down pit road at the moment. The 15 starts it all the way up there in P11 as we see a couple more takers. Noel, Nate, Arabia now down pit lane as well. Thomas Ferrara now coming down pit lane in the 43. Travis Manning and Kyle Hendricks still staying out front for the moment with these two trucks. And we will keep a close monitor on everybody who is pitting. Scott Bellum now down pit road. Kobe Jordan now down pit road. These guys were some of the guys in the top 5 finding themselves around the top 10 area, and they're making their pit stops now. Your closest battle on track right now is that 80 truck, David Salter, Cameron Keeley, and Steven Downton.
Yeah, Salter continuing to stay on track here. Keeley, he's getting a little sideways. They're trying to find a lane to get around the 80 of Salter. Steven Down, who had some damage earlier, he is some laps down right now. Or no, he is on the lead lap. This is P12. Unbelievable recovery here from the beginning of this race, but Salter continues to lead these boys. As you see Steven Down get real wide there off a 2. Here comes Cameron Keeley, though. Can he make something happen here in turn 3?
Well,
Travis Manning down pit road.
You saw the 13 lock it up as they come down pit road. But Manning leading the top 3 down pit road. Interesting. I think these guys are all on different strategies too, trying to equal out that the tires and the fuel. Meanwhile, Renner with the nice stripe on the side of that 71 as he brings it down pit road as well.
Brad Haldane coming down pit road. Cameron Keeley bringing it down pit road. The 80 of David Salter now coming down pit road. That leaves Rob Collier, now your leader. Right behind him, Christopher Hill, Joshua Daniels. That's your top 3 at the moment, leading this race. Completing lap 54 on 55 now.
Saw Collier stay out with that last or he came down pit road on that last caution. So out of those people in the front, he was the one who had the freshest tires and fuel. I believe Hill is on the same strategy as him. As these two are battling out for position, Hill goes to the inside of Collier as they come down into turn 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. These two guys can go longer than everybody else, but here comes Hill. He's going to go to the inside of Showtime. He's going to try to make this move here off of turn 4. Collier's going to hang it on his door. We're going to continue to drag race here across the line. Both these boys digging as now you see Christopher Hill maybe be able to make the pass. He's going to shut the door on Collier into turn 1. Christopher Hill to the lead.
What a great run so far by Christopher Hill, currently plus 25 since the start of this race, as we now got a couple more takers down pit road. That's Steven Downton, Jordan Whiting now coming down pit road. The 09, the 24 making their way, trying to get on a different strategy than everybody else to try to find themselves back up front. Christopher Hill leading this race at the moment, electing to stay out one more time here. Rob Collier behind him. I actually want to look at this real quick. The 30 truck on fresher tires. All right, let's just see how much those fresh tires mean to these guys here on track.
Yeah, fresh tires are going to be in the absolute world here, but Christopher Hill's truck is just so fast. He's got that thing pinned to the bottom. It's going to be interesting to see how long he goes here on this strategy with this pit stop that he made just a few laps ago. Honestly, I believe he pitted on that third caution there, so he's going to be able to go a lot longer. But here comes Arabia to the inside. Can he make this move? That just shows how strong that 11 is, even with fresh tires hounding him from behind. He's hanging on to this lead.
It's interesting with these people staying out that a caution comes out now. Top 5 benefit extremely well. Only the top 5 are on the lead lap. Most of the field is a lap down. And you see Arabia still trying to get himself unlapped from Hill. Finally able to clear him. Should hopefully be able to drive away now that he has the clean air. But Hill's truck is extremely strong. Even Rob's truck. Rob has a strong truck. Still not able to keep up with Hill. As Hill's taking that lead almost up to a full second.
We had a truck down pit lane there. That was Greg Court. Now currently P23 on the board. Christopher Hill still leading this race at the moment. Travis Manning is provisional leader once everybody makes their pit stops here. We'll go to that real quick. Michael Tucker leapfrogging Kyle Hendricks here by a good margin. As you can see, Kyle Hendricks now in relative P3. Christopher Hill still out front, though. We've got 4 cars here who have not made a pit stop. I've got some cool overlays for you guys to go ahead and see pit stop times. Look at this, top 10 at the moment. You got pit stop strategies. Let's go to the stint length here. Christopher Hill pitted 39 laps ago. Collier 41, Daniels 49, Singleton 48, Thompson 41. These guys have been out for a hot minute on these tires, and I'm sure they're ready to come in and get some fresh tires, some fuel in those trucks, and see how they continue out here. Look, Jay, we saw this in the past, and look how that worked out for those guys. We're seeing it once again here with Nexus.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because we're closing in here on the halfway point here in about 7 laps, 6 laps this time across the line. So, how far can these guys go on a set of fuel? As now we see Daniels hitting down pit lane. He was the one on 49 laps since his last pit stop, we noticed on the little graphic we had there. He's going to come down pit lane. That's going to hand Singleton P3 and Javon P4 in the running order, as Manning is still that first guy 1 lap down. We're going to see how long can Christopher Hill, Rob Collier, Javon Thompson, and Singleton can go on this this tank of fuel.
It looks like fuel. Green flag runs is probably about 50 laps, so they've got to be running close. You saw the other guys with 53, 54 laps when they made their pit stop. That was a lot of caution laps that were in there. So these people are stretching it out, again, hoping that a caution falls. A caution falls right now. These guys benefit. We got Singleton coming down. That leaves now only 3 cars who have not pit with Hill, Collier, and Thompson. Javon Thompson, where did he come from? Currently P3, yet to make a pit stop.
Javon Thompson holding out on that fuel strategy for now. Currently plus 16 since the start of this race. As you can see, the 15 car out in front of him getting his lap back there. Rob Collier down pit road. That's P2 at the moment. We got Hill still out on track. What a run that he is having for fuel at the moment. I'd like to go on board here just for a second and see if he's got anything good going on during this track. As you can see, he's not really saving that much fuel. And the 11 truck right now just absolutely staying out on some awesome fuel mileage.
Yeah, as we're closing in on this halfway point, we saw Collier pit. Collier was 2 laps earlier of a pit stop than Christopher Hill. So, will we see Hill hit pit lane this time by to match what Collier did length of stint-wise on this set tank of fuel as he comes off of turn 4? Look how just handling this truck is. This truck is on rails, even on old tires, and with a low fuel load, he is just absolutely flying. As you see Manning and Tucker go by, getting their lap back as Hill remains on the racetrack. We're going to shake this strategy up even more here as we're closing in. We're on lap 66 now.
Even on low fuel, even on, we have Javon making his pit stop now. That leaves Hill, the only man who has not yet to make a pit stop. What's impressive is Hill's lap times are only about half a second off of what Manning and Tucker's lap times are, who just passed them. Manning and Tucker should be the ones to take over the lead when Hill makes his pit stop. But Hill has that truck set up, running incredible lap times on old tires behind these guys.
Yeah, this is actually extremely impressive as you see him now come down pit road. The 11 truck of Christopher Hill finally electing to come down pit road. As you can see on your screen on the top right, that is where the leader is coming off of turn 2 now. We're going to see where Christopher Hill blends in now, coming down pit road now. He is already in his box, getting some right sides, now getting some left sides on that truck, full of fuel as well. Here comes the 28 and the 13 off of turn 4, and they're going to reclaim the lead of this race as Christopher Hill still finds himself on pit road. He is coming back off of pit road now. Look at that. I think this is a phenomenal strategy that the 11 car has put in place.
Yeah, we'll see where he blends out. He came into that first pit sequence here running P6, so we'll see where he blends out. You see the 43 of Farrah go around him. Now, where's Collier? He's going to actually leap the O2 of Collier. Yes, he is going to leap the O2 of Rob Collier. This is crazy. He's up to P5. Look how much time he's gained over Collier through this pit sequence. He's only 10.7 seconds behind race leader Manning. This is unbelievable. Can this strategy work out? What strategy is going to prevail here as you see your top 2 continuing to run 1-2, nose to tail on the racetrack?
Hill made that pass on Collier late in that green flag run and has opened up that gap to almost a full straightaway on Collier. What an incredible run by Hill. Meanwhile, we go back up to the front here. We got Manning, we got Tucker battling it out here. Tucker staying right on the footsteps of Manning. I wonder if he's just trying to hold back a little bit, save a little bit as he can, make that run later on. Try not to push the pressure on too early. But we have Manning from the back all the way up to the front, and Tucker following right behind him as they come off at 2.
Off of 2, they come now still single file down the back straightaway. I can only imagine these two are working together at the moment to try and increase that gap to P3. That is just about 4 seconds now to Kyle Hendricks. Kyle Hendricks, something happened on his pit stop or on his outlap there where he lost this time to these top 2 cars, and now he's left without a draft, and he is suffering now because of that. He's 4 seconds behind your top 2 at the moment. Christopher Hill finding himself in a little bit of a battle here, definitely with the fresher tires, with the more fuel at the moment. He's going to make those passes pretty easy now coming down the back straightaway. He is currently 5 seconds behind Kyle Hendricks, but that seems to be being cut down here with the 7 truck being the fastest car on track at the moment by a large margin.
Yeah, he has cut down this gap of a whole, 2 seconds over the last 2 laps. He is absolutely flying right now. Made the pass on the 43 of Ferrara. He is up to P4 now. He's got Hendricks just about 5 seconds up the road from him. This guy is on an absolute tear with these fresh tires. But will this strategy work out? This is a bold strategy here in Vegas. All the chips on the table. He made it to the halfway point on that pit stop. Can this strategy work out? We've noticed about 50 laps on a tank of fuel so far. He's going to have one more pit stop to match these leaders, but the biggest goal here is to gain this ground to the leaders and cut this gap down as far as he can to be back on sequence with them.
Hill, lap time this next lap a lot slower than his previous lap. I wonder if he's trying to save those tires, maybe pushing a little too hard early in that run. But Hill is on an incredible run right now. Came into pit road sequence 6. After pit road sequence is now 4th, and he was 11 seconds when he came off pit road a few laps ago. Got that gap down to about 8.5 seconds and still gaining 4/10 a lap on the leaders. Manning and Tucker still running nose to tail as they do that. Kyle Hendricks 5 seconds back, but Hill on the charge.
Hill, what a strategy call that he is on right now. He is currently by himself making qualifying runs at the moment. Rob Collier finding himself in a little bit of a battle here now with Thomas Ferrara. That is for position. Rob Collier trying to chase down Christopher Hill in front of him. That's about a 3.3 second gap at the moment as they come off of turn 4. Here comes Javon Thompson as well, unfortunately finding himself a lap down at the moment. And Rob Collier still trying to get around these guys. Josh Daniels behind him also for position there. As they come off of turn 2, the 77 might be looking for a little bit of a run here now going into turn 3.
Side by side here into turn 3. Here comes Daniels to the inside of Collier. He's going to clear him here off of turn 4. That's going to move. Oh, sideways back there. Wow, what a save. Is that the 43 of Ferreira? It is unbelievable saves we've seen tonight. Add Ferreira to the list. Unbelievable. As you see Daniels get by Collier. Collier's reapplying the pressure here to the rear bumper here of the 77 of Daniels. Can he make a move back and re-challenge for that top 5 position?
Daniels might have a faster truck right now. Maybe Rob's just going to follow in his footsteps. Save again on those tires. Fight around in the draft. Kind of give it a little bit on the gas, too. We got Javon riding behind him. He is a lap down as they come off the corner. Daniels is still a nose in front of you. Collier trying to peek to the inside. Nope, decides to stay in line as they go down the front stretch.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a great strategy that they have right now. Stay in a line, grab that speed that they can through the corners and down the straightaways to try and catch everybody in front of them. And they're doing a pretty good job of it so far right now, cutting a little bit into that lead that Christopher Hill has right now between them. Currently just about a 10th quicker on track right now than Christopher Hill as Christopher Hill, tries to track down Kyle Hendricks still. As you can see him in the picture there and on the top right of your screen as he's going into turn 1 at the moment. P4 and P3 is who we are talking about. Christopher Hill doing a great job at the moment to try and still keep those lap times under 31 seconds as he comes into turn 3 now. He's still cutting into Kyle Hendricks' gap and hoping to get to his rear bumper, maybe push him a little bit to try and get back to the front 2 cars of Travis Manning and Michael Tucker.
Yeah, in an ideal world here for Christopher Hill, he wants to cut this gap down as much as he possibly can and get close enough where he can pull an undercut strategy potentially here at the end of this race to leap the 28 and the 13. It's going to be extremely interesting as he continues to cut this gap down. Not as rapidly as he was earlier, but he's still cutting it down in a good, timely fashion here. And he's going to be contending here with Kyle Hendricks here over the next probably 5-10 laps at the pace he's going now. Unbelievable run here by Christopher Hill. His Daniels and Collier continue to work together back there. You see your front 2 working together at the front of the field. The kind of no man's land here for the Hendricks and Hill machines as they continue on here in 3rd and 4th.
As we go back up to the battle with Kyle Hendricks up here. Kyle Hendricks, he's got a good truck, but Hill, I haven't seen anybody else's truck drive around this track like Hills has. Hill's
What's going on here?
43 stopped on track.
Looks like he had a little bit of contact there. He did. You can see the skid marks coming into the infield there. Let's go back real quick and look at that, see what happened to the 43 car coming off of turn 4. You can see him on the outside of the 15. 15 gets real loose there. As you can see, the 43 getting real loose too, but he doesn't save it. Smacks the outside wall, and into the infield he goes.
Who's that to the grass? Oh my goodness.
Was that the 58 truck? I believe that was the 58 truck.
Looked like the 58 truck. I'm trying to find it here. Greg, no, wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was the 58 truck.
Anyways,
it was. Who knows?
What a change of events there, unfortunately, for the 43 truck, is now he's driving around with a lot of damage to that right front of that truck. And he's going to have to struggle with that now for a little bit here as we continue on with this race. Rob Collier now out front in front of Joshua Daniels, making that pass, trying to get himself closer to Christopher Hill, which now seems to be about 4.5 seconds. Look at this, though. The 11 has caught the 15. Christopher Hill looking on to a podium position now going into turn 1.
He is on absolute rails. This 11 truck is so impressive in this race. I said it, in the pace he was running, he was going to catch the 15 of Hendricks in a matter of 5 laps, and here he is, right on cue. Here he is for the rear bumper of Hendricks. He's looking maybe to the outside. Does Hendricks play a little defensive here? Oh, he's a little sideways off of Ford. Hill's going to get close to the wall. Drag race across the line. Here comes Christopher Hill.
Hill to the outside of Hendricks as they come off the corner. Hendricks, I don't know if he was trying to block him, put the draft on him, get him to go to the outside, but not able to get him, not able to slow him down. Hill completes the pass, put him up to the podium position. Hendricks following in line. I think Hendricks knows he doesn't have anything for Hill right now. Try to keep that gap, make some adjustments on the next pit stop, try to get him. But Hill flying around this track. I mean, still lapping 2-3 tenths of a second faster than the leaders. Nobody is close to touching Hill's speed right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we got a couple of other pit stops happening right now. Stephen Downton down pit road at the moment. Matt Yost still finding himself on pit road also. But the story right now is that 11 truck of Christopher Hill coming off of turn 2, now setting his sights on the top 2 trucks, which is Michael Tucker and Travis Manning. He has kept that gap of 5 seconds. That is an unbelievable task that this 11 truck has been able to do, and he is continuing to catch them, continuing to have the faster lap times. We're going to see great things out of this truck tonight.
This is unbelievable. If he could cut this gap down even more, he's got down to 5.6 seconds. It's absolutely unbelievable what he's been able to do in this race as your leaders are going through lap traffic, which is going to slow them down a little bit more here, as this is unbelievable. This race is shaping up to be one of these instant classics here in the Motor City Trucks. Nexus Sim Racing, the best iRacers in the business, always put on a show. As you see Tucker losing a little bit of ground here to Manning. Maybe Manning getting on the wick here a little bit, sees what Hill's doing behind him. He's got to improve his pace here and continue to lead this race as we get to the closing stretches.
Manning running very, very consistent lap times, almost identical lap times, lap in, lap out. Probably trying to conserve a little bit. He knows Hill has a fast truck. He knows Hill is coming. Trying not to burn out those tires. Got to make this go as long as he can in this run. Try to counteract whatever Hill is able to do. Tucker is falling down. Probably tires wearing away. Manning keeping the strong run out front, though, as Hill, now only still about 5.5 seconds, has not been able to gain as much time on these leaders the last couple of laps. Are those tires starting to go away on Hill? Did he overdrive them? Let's find out as Manning coming up the back bumper of Keeley going into 3.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 13 trucks on the lead lap, about to be 12 here, as the 28 does put the 63 one lap down off of turn 4. He's going to set his sights on the 24 of Jordan Whiting now. Just completed lap 87 onto lap 88, and into turn 1 the 28 goes, and now puts 12 cars on the lead lap. He's about to get around this 24 car and put 11 cars. As the 24 grabs a little bit of wall there, keeps it straight down the back straightaway, as the 28 now goes side by side with the 24. And that, ladies and gentlemen, we see 11 trucks on the lead lap. Manning putting a great hurt on the field at the moment, and we see him complete lap 88 onto lap 89 now.
Yeah, it just looks like the 24 Whiting behind him there. He's really struggling with that race truck. He's still got it underneath him, though. But Manning, he's going to pull ahead here. He's got an open track in front. Oh, he got a wreck in front of him. Is that the 43 of Farah? It is. His struggles continue here down the backstretch. They were going to stay green here. This has been just an absolute wild race. Turn of events here for the 43, who was running in a top 5 position not that many laps ago. As you see Hendricks go by him now, he's going to head down pit lane with a little bit of damage here on this 43 truck.
Let's go back and look at this crash real quick for these guys as he is coming off of turn 2. You can see the 43 there looking like he's just got a lot of loose off of turn 2. You know, he may have made an adjustment here on this last pit stop, and it's just not working well for his truck. As you can see him make a little contact with the inside lane. We'll go back live now as we see the 15 truck coming down pit lane at the moment.
Yeah, without no cautions being thrown there. Drivers probably hoping there would have been changing up the strategy a little bit. A lot of drivers glad that caution did not come out both times. Probably deserving of a caution. iRacing decided not to throw it. We keep on racing. That's what makes this exciting. Travis Manning opening up that gap out front to 2.5 over Tucker. That gap back to Hill. Now down to 4.3 seconds, but not gaining in as much as he was before. Hill setting his sights on Tucker as he drives around 3 seconds behind him.
Yeah, so now we got Christopher Hill. He's got 2.5 seconds now to second place. Kobe Jordan making a pit road entrance here. We got Noah Holmberg, Nate Cotilla, Arabia Clayton now. Or Caton, excuse me, down pit road. As you can see, the 11 truck coming into turn 1 on the inside of old Scooter B there. Off of turn 2, still side by side coming down the back straightaway and into turn 3. We'll see that 11 truck complete that pass on the 1 truck. As we come back here just a little bit further, Rob Collier still working a little bit here with Joshua Daniels in the 77 as they come off of turn 4. Guys, I think we're about to see another round of green flag pit stops. It's gonna get crazy.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. We are in the window now for our final pit stop of the night here at Vegas. Christopher Hill's got this lead cut down to 4 seconds. He is in reach for an undercut strategy play. Do we see it? He's right there on the inside line. He's still on rails. This 11 truck is absolutely unbelievably fast. So impressive to see what he's able to do. He's got it under 4 seconds now. When do we see these pit stops? We have got the window open now to the end of this race.
Hill made a strategy on going long. I think Hill's committed to going long. He's going to make this go as long as he possibly can. So then he can push it as hard as he can on that last run. Give the tires everything that he can when it comes out there. Hill gaining in. Now he's 4 seconds behind Manning. That gap ever so tight. Tucker falling back a little bit. Hill coming off of 4. He decides to stay on the racetrack. It is Manning, Tucker, Hill, top 3.
Is this an opportunity for the 11 truck to pit maybe 1 or 2 laps earlier or maybe 1 or 2 laps later than the 28 and the 13? He's made up all of this ground. He is still continuing to make up ground by about almost 2/10 a lap here on Travis Manning, almost 5/10 a lap here on second place. It is just what he is doing right now. I mean, he's got a fast truck, a very fast truck, to be able to do that, as now he finds himself into a little bit of lap traffic, but right in front of him, you see that? That is P2. P2 in the sights of the 11 truck at the moment, and we're going to be seeing this heat up coming around here for the Sin City 200.
Yeah, as you see, Hill goes to the inside of Cameron Keeley now. He's going to try and get past him, set his sights on, that would be Whiting in the 24 ahead of him, but he's got it down under 3.5 seconds now. This guy is unreal with the speed in this race truck. As you see the 13 of Tucker close it, or loosen some time here to the 11 of Hill. Here comes Hill. He's going to try and close this gap down even further down here into turn 1. Whiting's going to give him the inside. Can he get close enough to him? He's not going to get side by side with him. That's not going to hurt him too bad here down the backstretch. Use a little bit of draft. Take it to the inside down here into turn 3.
Let's see if Hill takes the move to the inside. He will. Jordan's going to let him have the bottom. Not going to push the issue. Hill gets underneath Jordan. Whiting to the outside. Whiting gets a little bit loose. Almost catches the back corner of Hill, but we keep it straight. Hill, now the only truck in front of him is Tucker. Is he going to be able to catch Tucker this lap? We'll find out. Hill keeping it on there, keeping that gap consistent to Manning. I think as long as he keeps that gap consistent to Manning, he will stay out on the track. I think he's got a faster truck than Manning, and he knows that. So as long as he keeps reeling in this time, he will stay there. But meanwhile, he is reeling in Tucker. He is almost to the back bumper now as they come into 3.
All right, this is going to be a battle to heat up for the ages. The 11 truck has to get around this 13 as soon as he can. Leaders down pit road. This is big news. This is big news. Christopher Hill can make something happen here. Now going into turn 1, he's going to go to the outside of the 13, and he's going to make it look like a walk in the park. Straight around the 13 as they come off of turn 2, we find Hill leading this race once again. Travis Manning down pit road. Let's see what the 11 does here.
Yeah, I think the cards were dealt there for Manning. The gap was just decreasing significantly. Now we see Tucker down pit lane. That's going to hand the lead to the 11 of Hill. I think you're right, Dallas. I think we're going to see this 11 go as far as he can on this tank of fuel. Unbelievable. I figured he would have pitted with Manning with the gap that he was closing and the speed that he has. Here comes Hendricks. This race is wide open here for the end.
Manning came down pit road, and Hill decided, I'm going to go even faster. Ran a faster lap than he did the lap before. I think he was saving a little bit left in the tank. Hill's going to push it a little bit longer. Meanwhile, we got Collier right on the back bumper of Colby Jordan as they go down the back stretch. Collier, now your second place car. There are only 4 cars left on the lead lap now with pit stops.
Christopher Hill's down pit road.
There it is.
There we go. Strategy time, baby. Let's go.
This is it right here, ladies and gentlemen. This has got to be money for the 11 truck. Right sides up in the air, putting some fresh Goodyear tires on it, and underneath fuel is going in. Left side tires up in the air, put some new rubbers on it, put it down, and send her out. Here comes the 11 truck of Christopher Hill. Here comes Travis Manning off of turn 4. Wow, this is going to be close. This is going to be extremely close as we now see the 11 truck coming off of pit road now.
I think he might be able to leap him here. No, Manning's going to have so much momentum here. Can Hill blend back in? There goes Manning. Here comes Hill off of pit lane now. The race is on. These guys are going to be separated by probably 3 seconds through this cycle. Manning has the shortcut, but Hill is going to have a little fresher tires towards the end of this. As it blends out, it looks like Hill and Manning are separated by 2 or second and a half. This is unbelievable. The race is right in front of us, and we're going to have 34 or 32 laps to go at the line.
I don't know how many laps there are either. This race is super exciting. We got to remember, though, Manning has one important thing on Hill, and that is the position in front of him. Manning's going to make that truck as wide as he possibly can, give all that dirty Hill air to Hill, hopefully slow his truck down. Manning going to have an extremely fast truck. He's going to give it everything he has, knowing that this is the last pit stop he needs to make. He's pushing these tires. He's going to push this truck to the absolute limit. Try to keep that gap to Hill as much as he can, knowing that Hill's probably going to reel him back in.
All right, here is P4, as you just saw now P3, Isaac Singleton coming down pit road, and that number 95 at the moment. Christopher Hill, though, you can see him right there now coming off of turn 2. Here is Travis Manning, your leader, now going into turn 3. As you guys can see the gap there, it is about 2.6 seconds. Christopher Hill already gaining a 10th on Travis Manning, now coming off of turn 4. This is going to get exciting. There is time for this race to just completely flop upside down. A little bit of a wrench thrown in this situation, though. Here comes Michael Tucker. Michael Tucker can work with Chris Hill to get back to Travis Manning. We might be seeing some insanely awesome stuff here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, don't count out the 13 of Tucker. He's right here in the mix. He's going to try and use the toe off the 11 of Hill. Hill's been so fast. Can Tucker take it to Hill, though? He's going to maybe push him across the line. I think it would probably be in their best interest to work together here. Like Tom said, this is going to be a great opportunity for them to run down the leader, Manning. To note, though, Collier still on the racetrack. He is just going to run this as long as he can. Maybe catch one of those fortunate gamble luck cautions that we can see here in the Sin City 200, and it could change the whole complexion of this race as the gap is now closing down to 2 seconds between second and third second from third and fourth. This is unbelievable here.
Yeah, Tucker knowing that the smartest option is stay in line, get that draft, get that speed going down there, and save your truck. Most importantly, you have to save the truck. Tucker knows that he's not going to have speed if he pushes it now. He knows that Hill's going to give him everything he's got. Just ride around behind Hill, slowly catch the leader, hoping that Manning bursts his stuff out. Manning keeping that gap at about 2.5 seconds. Their lap times are almost identical. Hill and Tucker running about 1/10 of a second faster, but they're going to need to pick up that pace if they want to catch Manning by the end of this race.
All right, we're looking at 25 laps to go here, 27 laps to go here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway here with the Motor City trucks with the Nexus Sim Racing Leagues. We've got a great strategy battle going on here right now. Christopher Hill finding track position when he needed to. He now has a helper in Michael Tucker to catch back up to Travis Manning coming off of turn 4 now. These guys continuing to work together to get that lap time put together, still a 10th quicker so far than the guy in front of him, which is Travis Manning. Over a 10th quicker at this point. These guys, they're gonna need a little bit more out of this, but I think in time, these two trucks right here, they are going to make up that time and find themselves right behind Travis Manning at the end of this race.
Yeah, as they've got it to 2.2 seconds now, closing to about 2 seconds. So they are gaining time here to Manning, but lap traffic could become a factor in this race as when Collier goes across the line this time by, we'll have 25 more laps here in the Sin City 200. These guys are going to continue to work together. They've got it down under 2 seconds now. This is how fast these guys are driving. This is how fast these cars are rolling around this racetrack, as this is going to be an absolutely insane battle to the end of this race. I can feel the magic in the air here in Vegas.
Oh, we almost had Travis Manning into the back of a truck trying to get onto pit road. That is going to slow Travis Manning down. He also has 3 more lap trucks in front of him. He is going to have to get around before he has some clean air to get away from these guys. These guys should be able to navigate the lap truck of the 15 of, I don't remember which, Farella, sorry, lap truck Farella. Meanwhile, Rob Collier is making his last pit stop. Tried to stay out as long as he could to catch that caution, was not fortunate enough to do it. Meanwhile, Manning is still trying to catch up to these 3 lap trucks in front of him while the train of Hill and Tucker follow behind them. They've gotten that gap down under 2 seconds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we have talked about is coming to fruition. The 11 truck, the 13 truck have worked together effectively to find themselves a second and a half behind Travis Manning. This is going to heat up. They can see it in their front mirrors right now. Unbelievable what they have been able to do here tonight. We're going to go on board with Christopher Hill through turns 3 and 4. As you can see, the 28 truck
traffic
of Travis Manning and the lap traffic, it is going to come into play here. Travis Manning not having any help as the 11 and the 13 are helping each other out to get back to the rear bumper of Travis Manning.
Yeah, the 28 of Manning, he's growing in the front windshield here of Hill, but look at the lap traffic in front of your race leader. This is going to be some big news here. Manning's got a big line of trucks. He's going to get to the inside of the 70 of Yost. This is huge. We got it down to 1.17 seconds here across the line. This gap is closing extremely quick. Pull out your fishing pole and reel him in here. Christopher Hill, digging, trying to get to the front of this field.
Christopher Hill and Michael Tucker are going to catch Manning if Manning is not able to circumvent these 3 lap trucks in front of him. He was able to get around Yost, but these 3 lap trucks are also in a line, making them go faster. Manning is by himself. He is slowly reeling them, not as fast as Tucker and Hill are reeling him in. Tucker and Hill should be able to navigate around Yost here pretty quick, but it's now down to 1 second between Manning and Hill, and these guys are lapping 3/10 a second of a lap faster. Let's see if Manning is able to catch up to these lap cars and get around them quick.
Man, what are we witnessing here tonight? We are under a second now for Christopher Hill off of turn 2, grabbing everything he can to get back to the rear bumper of Travis Manning, as Travis Manning continues to have some more cars out in front of him, giving him that dirty air of which he does not want at this point. Look at this pack of cars in front of him, and it's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. 20 laps to go here at Las Vegas. The leader coming under threat by P2 and P3 of Christopher Hill and Michael Tucker. He's got a little bit of lap traffic in front of him that he's going to have to manage, but here they are down the back straightaway. Christopher Hill and Michael Tucker ready to mix this up.
Yeah, they've got it down to 0.7 of a second now. This is absolutely unbelievable. As Hill is actually opening a little bit of a gap here to Tucker. As you saw, Tucker did not have the long run speed as Hill did in the last run. Here comes Hill. He is flying. We got 19 laps to go here at the Sin City 200. This race is heating up. The magic's in the air. This is unbelievable strategy racing as Hill is on the absolute climb under 0.7 of a second now.
The gap to Manning and the lap cars in front of him is closing in at the same gap as Hill and Tucker behind them. That is not good for Manning. He needs to get around these lap trucks faster. Hill and Tucker know it. Manning trying to catch up the back of these lap trucks, but they are lapping identical times to him. And it's lap traffic, they should not be doing that. Manning has got to be getting frustrated behind the wheel of that truck. Probably saving a little bit as much as he can, because knowing that he's going to have to push it hard in the last 10 laps. But Tucker come separated a little bit. Hill's getting a little bit of whiff of that of Manning's rear end, and he is trying to get to it. Put Manning, Hill, and Tucker all under 1 second now.
Here comes Hill, half a second behind Travis Manning. Travis Manning still struggling with the lap traffic out front. The 11 truck, Hill now licking his chops, ready to lead this race. 17 laps to go across the line as there's huge gaggle of lap cars in front of the 28, and now down to 0.3 of a second between the leader and second place. What a run this 11 truck has had. Unbelievable what he has been able to do, and he just creeps ever so closely to the rear bumper of the 28, and he is there going through turns 3 and 4. We're going to see some battle in here for the lead.
Big gaggle of lap traffic in front. We're side by side in front of your leader. This is going to create some exciting racing here into turn 1. Here comes Christopher Hill. He's lurking in the background, playing with his prey. His Manning's going to go defensive to the inside. Here comes Christopher Hill off of turn 2. He's digging. He's trying to make it happen. As you see Manning to the inside of Daniels. Christopher Hill, where does he take the momentum? Here into turn 3. Manning continues to lead. We got a car link between them.
Manning trying to navigate the parking lot that was in front of him. He is effectively doing it, trying to keep Hill behind him. Hill gets to the outside of Manning. We are go side by side across, and Hill to the inside of truck on the outside of Manning. Hill on the outside of Manning as he going to the corner. Manning trying to hold it down in there, trying to get as much as he can. Hopefully trying to cut the air off the Hill. He does it. He cuts the air off the Hill. He keeps in front of him. Hill is pushing him down the backstretch. Manning Manning steps right in front of him. Manning doing everything he can to keep Hill behind him as they go into 2.
Pushing the 28 into turn 3, trying to get his line all messed up. Doesn't happen now. Off at turn 4. Here comes 11. He shuts the door on him. Coming down the front straightaway. He's still pushing him across the start-finish line. Manning with everything that he's got, making all the defensive moves that he can. Going through turns 1 and 2 now. The 11 all over the rear bumper. Always to the inside, to the back straightaway. Here they come. A drag race ensues to turn 3.
Here we are into turn 3. Hill to the inside of Manning. Here he is trying to make the move with 14 to go. He's going to clear Manning. Does Manning have anything left to come back to the inside? What a race we are witnessing here in Vegas. Is now Manning is going to get to the toe of the 11 of Hill. We still have a gaggle of lap traffic ahead that can still come into play here in this race. Manning's going to follow right in the tire track, the 11 of Hill. What a race we have witnessed between these two drivers. Multiple strategies being played, and it's Hill out in front with 13 to go.
Hill finally getting some daylight in front of Manning. No longer on his bumper. There's about a truck length between them. Is Manning going to be able to hold his ground behind Hill? Hill keeping that gap about a truck length and a half now as they're catching up to the lap traffic, but he is slowly pulling away. I don't believe Manning's going to have anything left in his tank for Hill unless Hill has a problem getting around these lap cars. Hill's coming up to the back of the lap traffic. They are almost nose to tail. Lap traffic goes high. Hill tucks underneath him. Manning goes to the bottom. Hill underneath both lap trucks coming off of turn 2.
Coming down the back straightaway now. He has to get this lap traffic out of his way. The 80 truck kind of comes down in front of the 11 now, but into turn 3, he gives way, gives that line to Christopher Hill as he tries to open up this. Oh, the contact with the leader. There goes the 80. Huge wreck on the front straightaway, and it's blown wide open. It's blown wide open. The caution is out, and Hill is making contact with the 80 truck and just absolutely gets thrown away here tonight. The lap traffic playing a part in this lead for this race with 11 laps to go. Unbelievable what we just saw here for the lead of this race.
Oh my goodness, we're going to need a pants change on that 11 truck. His race almost fell apart at turn 4. What are we witnessing? This is legendary here at the Nexus Sim Racing League. Guys, best race. I can't believe what we are witnessing here.
I don't believe that contact with Hill was a lot, but he is going to have damage, and that is going to affect how his truck handles. I don't believe that Manning got any damage from it, but this completely flips the race upside down. I mean, throw strategy out the window. I mean, this is huge. This is huge.
We're going to watch the 11 truck come by here. A little bit of contact made to that right front. And let's see how bad it is. It doesn't look too bad at the moment. He is leading this race at the moment as well. He did not pit. Everybody else pit here.
Oh, that's really going to hurt him. Manning deciding to get fresh tires, and I don't know if Manning's hoping. I mean, we get enough laps here. It doesn't look like too many trucks stayed out here that Manning might have the advantage over Hill now, especially with Hill having that damage. Bold move by Hill, and Manning played the strategy right. Hill comes down. Manning stays out, I think.
All right, let's go back and look at this replay here and see what happened to that 11 truck coming off of turn 4. As you can see here, contact was already being made, but the 80 truck on the outside there, coming a little bit lower there. Lots of netcode. Lots of netcode. There was space between these two guys. I can't believe the 11 car saved that.
Dude, look at his hands behind the wheel. Dead freaking sideways saves the race truck as you see a big collision in the outside wall. Sisson and Salter. Look at the hands for the 11 truck of Hill. This is absolutely unbelievable. If you remember, this guy made an incredible save in the Motor City Cup Series last season in California. Little wheel talent from Christopher Hill here. Look at this.
Wow. Look at that save.
What a save by Hill.
Look at
Lucky
that.
he got that straight and go down.
That truck sideways in front of him. He don't care. Wow. All right, here comes Hill now down pit road. Kyle Hendricks also down pit road. Hill, unfortunately, going to be finding himself further in the back now after that just absolutely amazing drive that he had. And he's going to find himself currently P6, P5 for himself.
Don't count him out.
Don't count him out. Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting, though, because he didn't come down the first lap. Pit road is open, so I think he's going to have to take a pit road penalty because he didn't come down the first lap.
Well, I think that there may have been a little bit of a mix-up with the pace road, or with the pit road, the pace truck, excuse me, where he passed them, the pace truck, and nobody else did, so everybody else was able to come down pit road and he wasn't. That may just be a little bit of an unfortunate situation there for the 11 truck here tonight at Las Vegas, but at the moment we do have Travis Manning leading this field, Michael Tucker P2, Joshua Daniels P3, Rob Collier P4, and then you see the 11 truck of Chris Hill in P5.
Yes, we still got some lap traffic mixed in here in this mix here at the front, so it's going to change some things. We're going to have Christopher Hill on the inside. I don't know, boys. I think we should maybe go with a little bit of predictions here. What do we see here on this restart? Who takes the victory here tonight? Unbelievable racing. I think you're going to keep your eyes on this 11 truck. He's got a mighty fast truck. He's going to have another chance at a restart here. Don't count out this 11. Watch out for Christopher Hill.
I think the most important part to think about with this 11 truck is how fast it is in traffic. That car is just unbelievable in traffic. It is bar none. It is the standard right now for performance in traffic. That 11 car is still an absolute threat to win this race.
Yeah, NASA's investigating that 11 car. They need to figure out what the 11 truck's doing because they got to put it into their rockets. That thing is on freaking rails. That thing takes off like no other, and it'll be interesting. Everybody at the front now has fresh tires. It's going to be less than 10 laps. It looks like 7 to go when we take the green. It is going to be a short dash to the finish. Everybody's going to give it all they have. Is Hill going to be able to dice his way through everybody, giving it their all here at the end of the race?
All right, everybody, the lights are off on the pace truck. We are going green flag racing this time by. When we cross the line, it'll be 7 laps to go. Travis Manning out front with Michael Tucker on the outside. You can see where the 11 truck is right there, who has made an amazing race so far. As you can see, the 28 now taking control of the race, and into the restart zone he goes. Green flag is out in the air, and a great jump by him. The 13 truck of Michael Tucker already coming in line, and it looks like Joshua Daniels getting a horrible restart so far. Into turn 1 now, the 11. This 77 working together here through turns 1 and 2 as the 13 and the 28 comes off of turn 2 with a little bit of separation here as now the 11 goes to the outside into turn 3.
Yeah, what a great restart that was by Manning, but these 4 guys are under a blanket here. Hill's still behind Daniels. He was looking to the outside into 3, wasn't able to make it happen. Now he goes to the outside here of a 4. He's not going to be able to get to the outside of Daniels. Now he goes to the inside with a crossover move. Here comes Christopher Hill on the absolute comeback trail after this caution. He's going to take it side by side here at turn 1.
Hill is not afraid to use that bumper to move people to get where he needs to go, and he needs to get to the front. He is on the back bumper of Tucker now. He worked really well with Tucker before to catch up to Manning, and he's going to say, no longer working with you. He pops to the outside. Doesn't get the run that he needs. Goes back to the inside, trying to catch the draft to get the run off the corner. He stays behind Tucker. Nose to tail, top 3 as they come in there. Now Hill's looking to the outside as they come across the line. He is to the outside of Tucker. It is now Tucker to the inside of Hill as they come into 1. Manning goes up high. Tucker's trying to get underneath. Hill, Tucker, Manning all underneath the blanket as they come out of 2.
5 laps to go off of turn 2 now. The 11 holding strong on the outside, getting a little help now from the 77 behind him. Still on the outside, the 13 all over the rear bumper of the 28, pushing him all the way through the racetrack off of turn 4. Now the 11 is going to lose a little ground here. More contact by these guys coming down the front straightaway. Across the line, 4 to go, and the 11 truck trying to make something happen.
Yeah, as these guys are duking it out here for the lead, it's going to bring 6 of them into the mix. We got 6 cars here battling out for the win here in Vegas. Over turn 2, they're going to go all the way to the bottom. Manny's going to lead them down there. Here comes Hill to the outside again of Tucker. This is unbelievable. Here comes Collier. He may be able to use some help here on the hill. No, he's going to go to the inside up Daniels. We're coming to get 3 laps to go. This time at the line.
3 wide!
Collier to get underneath. They are 3 wide coming across the front stretch. Collier to the inside of Daniels, down the inside Hill. We got Hendricks to the outside, trying to make it 4 wide. Hill stuck to the inside. Hill goes from now 2nd back to 5th through this whole exchange. Hill's back in there. Manning, Tucker holding strong on the front. Collier now finds himself in 3rd. He's in the catbird seat for the leader. Is this Daytona or is this Las Vegas, we got 6 cars underneath a blanket as we come 2 to go on the front stretch.
2 to go here tonight in Las Vegas with the NSR Motor City trucks now going into turn 1. We got Rob Collier now hunting down the 13 and the 28 coming off of turn 2 now. He's finding himself sitting pretty here tonight. He's going to look to the outside. He's got help from the 15 going into turn 3 now. They're going to be bump drafting all the way through this corner. Going to try to make something happen as Christopher Hill now goes to the inside of the 15. He's trying to make something happen. White flag out in the air.
One more lap to go here in the Sin City 200 in Vegas. Now Collier to the outside of Tucker on the other turn 1. It looks like Manning's going to continue to lead him all here down the inside off of turn 2. And who's going to make a move? Does Tucker make a move to the outside? He's looking to the outside. Collier's looking to the inside. He gets a door shut on him. Oh, Collier trying to get to the inside. He's not going to make it happen. Oh, contact is made. We're all sideways. Here comes Christopher Hill off of turn 4. I don't think it's going to be enough off of turn 4. It's going to be Travis Manning who takes the win here at the Las Vegas Sin City 200 as Hill is crashing across the line.
Oh, man. Oh, big Rex.
Crash.
Oh, man.
Into the catch fence. The 80 upside down. And the 11 coming home P6 tonight. Unbelievable. Let's go.
Unbelievable.
God.
Let's look
Hendricks
at
got a P3 out of that deal. Holy
Travis
cow.
Manning made that truck 50 lanes wide on that finish. What an incredible drive by Travis here.
Let's see what happened to the 11 here. Just got real loose. Maybe doesn't want an interview tonight in the number 11. As Kyle Hendricks does finish P3. What a comeback for himself here tonight. As Michael Tucker coming home P2. Travis Manning, your winner here tonight at Las Vegas. Congratulations to him. And ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking to him shortly as we get Kyle Hendricks up here in the booth to come and talk to him real quick. All right, your P3 finisher for tonight, Kyle Hendricks. You have a copy?
That would be a copy.
Kyle, what a run you had there at the end. You find yourself during those first couple green flag pit stops finding a little bit of a gap between yourself and Travis Manning and Michael Tucker. And just overall not getting what you wanted, I feel like, out of those pit stops. What was the strategy? What was the plan to come back after that specific case?
Well, I had a pretty bold strategy of just not mess up anyone else's race and just be happy to be here because y'all know better than me. I just turned left at Daytona and Talladega, and this is not that. So, this is kind of like the New Hampshire race where I don't think I've run here ever in the truck, and so to do 30 minutes of practice and then qualify outside pole and bring it home third, I'm just tickled to death with that. I didn't really earn third. I think the guy was goofing off there at the end, but I still had a really good time running with Travis, Rob, Joseph. It was fun. I just couldn't get down pit road and get off as well as those guys, and part of that comes from an extreme lack of preparation. Again, my first time going down pit road was under green flag conditions, and I think it showed. But it was a really good race, though. I still had fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, you still came out, even under the circumstances, had a fast truck, obviously a fast operator behind the wheel. But, look, let's talk about those last couple of laps there, the jockeying for positions. Well, first off, the caution that happened, and then you find yourself coming out within the top 5 with fresh tires, and you find a position now where it could happen. You could win this race. What was going through your mind there at that point in time? Do you feel like you could do it? Do you feel like you had the car to do it? Because I know the driver could do it.
Well, honestly, I was more focused on getting a top 3 or getting a podium and then helping Rob out. Rob, I mean, we're pretty much best friends from high school and such, and wanted to help him out if I could. Also, it was kind of fun passing a Altus truck, so it looked like I was passing Michael Cozy there for a sec. Felt faster than I really am. But honestly, I was just going to stay with Rob, and I think where it went array is he went up high going into 3. I think on 133, and I thought that was his move to go, and it wasn't, and that kind of hung me out, and I wasn't really able to help him the rest of the race, or the last couple laps there. But I didn't have any expectation to win there unless they wrecked. But I was happy to be up there, and definitely happy to bring it home on the podium and get to talk to y'all.
Yeah, absolutely. A pleasure for us, Kyle, to have you up here in the booth. We love to have you up here. Great supporter of the NSR Leagues. Congratulations on your podium finish for tonight. We do have a special guest up here, Dallas Seward. I'm going to hand it off to Dallas. Dallas is going to hand it off to Jay, and then we'll round this out.
Sounds good.
All right, Kyle. First off, congratulations on P3.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Picking Boeing as a sponsor is a little bold move given their track record lately. So you did them a really good job. So
Well, I was actually hoping the spoiler or something would fall off. Figure I'd get a little speed out of it.
with Boeing on the hood, you never know.
Yeah, I was pulling for that. So maybe that Michael Waltrip spoiler.
No, obviously strategy played out for you. The caution at the end brought you closer, brought you back into this. What more did your truck need there to try to get the win at the end?
About 30 horsepower and maybe half a spoiler. Travis and Joseph there were just, I think quite a bit better than me. If I could get close to him, I could have hung with them, but I don't think I had any move for him. It's a good setup, but I just don't know how to drive this truck and work the air the way I do some of the other cars. So, again, my goal was just try to not to mess up anybody else's races and come home with a podium if I could. And it worked out.
It worked in your favor. Always a pleasure to have you in these races. It was a lot of fun to watch you drive tonight. Congratulations on P3 again, and I will hand it off to Jay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, my voice is almost gone, so I'm just gonna say, who do you have to thank for your performance here tonight?
Well, I gotta thank my wife. She didn't come in here and harass me, so I appreciate that this time. Normally, I get like a death glare or something like that. I want to thank Busch Light. They're not paying me, but I do drink it. And outside of that, thank y'all for putting on a good broadcast as always. I haven't been on one of these in a while, and I was looking forward to it. And hey, that was part of my reason for wanting a podium. Wanted to be able to talk with y'all. So other than that, I hope to make some more, and y'all have a good night. And again, I appreciate the work y'all put in.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, a great supporter of the channel as well. Thank you, Kyle, for all that great on-track content you gave us. Thanks for being a great supporter of the channel. Congratulations on your P3 tonight, and we hope to see you in the next one.
See you boys in Dago.
Alrighty. All right, that was your P3 finisher for tonight. Let's go ahead and bring down your P2 finisher, which is Michael or Joseph Tucker. All right, this is the number 13 truck here tonight, finishing out P2 across the line. Michael or Joseph, which one do you prefer?
Joseph.
All right, Joseph. Joseph, congratulations on your P2 tonight. Look, a lot of strategy was happening tonight. Some craziness happened there at the end, but let's talk about your running with the 28 of Travis Manning. It looked like you guys were inseparable all race. You guys were extremely fast as soon as you guys hooked up. Was that the strategy coming into this race?
It was the strategy. I just wanted to stay with Travis the entire race and then try to make my move on the final lap, but it didn't get there. As you saw in the backstretch, I was trying to peek to his outside to see if it would block it, and he never did. So it didn't really work at that. And then fuel strategy was awful.
We saw a lot of fuel strategies tonight, especially with that number 11 truck of Christopher Hill. But you overcome that. You overcome that gap between yourself and Travis Manning before the caution come out. But then the caution comes out. What is running through your head at that time?
Everything. I saw it in front of me, so I just dove to the grass. Like every other human would. And then decided to take 4 tires just to be safe, and Travis did the same thing. We came out 1-2 out of pit road, and that set us up.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys get a phenomenal restart on that restart of the race after the caution. You find yourself 1-2. You try to make the move to see if he will block it. He didn't. Stone cold there towards the end of the race, and you find yourself P2. Joseph, that's got to be you got to be very proud of that.
I am, after this race has gone to that, me wrecking Josh for being there, and I didn't expect him to not go up on the exit of 4 to sitting here. A lot of stuff happened to get here, including fuel strategy that was all messed up. Don't know how that man saved 10 laps, but he's good at it.
Absolutely. Well, look, congratulations on your P2 tonight. A great podium finish for yourself in that number 13 truck. We do have a special guest up here in the booth tonight, so I'm going to hand you off to Dallas here, and then Dallas is going to hand it off to Jay. So just once again, congratulations, and we'll hand it off to Dallas.
First off, congratulations on P2 tonight. Hell of a run by you, and I also apologize because I think I called you Michael Tucker probably about 3 dozen times. So I will.
I heard.
So, it was like because on the overlays it's Michael, and then I'd look up and it's
Yeah.
Joseph, and I was it's so confused. So I apologize. I'll remember Joseph from now on. Following Travis is obviously a very, very smart strategy. I've been behind Travis, usually a lap down, but you learn a lot when you're behind Travis, and he's a hell of a driver to race from. So what was your favorite part about battling with Travis tonight?
My favorite part was the last few laps of that race. Honestly, first of all, he never counted me down on the restart, so I just gassed. And then trying to get to his outside was pretty frustrating, but we almost did it, and that was pretty fun to do. Never behind Travis, rarely, so.
Oh, you had a very fast truck tonight. It was a lot of fun up here. We had a blast calling this race tonight, and you had a fantastic race. So congratulations again on P2. We had a lot of fun watching you race tonight. And Jay's voice is hurting, so I don't think Jay is going to interview you. He's done a lot of screaming and yelling because you guys put on a phenomenal race. So I will hand you back over to Thomas. Congratulations again.
Joseph,
Thank you.
look, with this phenomenal performance you had tonight, who do you have to thank for your performance here at Las Vegas?
I'd like to thank All City Motorsports for helping me to get to this level of racing. Zeem Setup Shops for providing me great setups. Let's see. I only think I have those two. Well, my mom and my dad for helping me do this. And of course, Travis for letting me stay up here.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations once again on your P2, Joseph, and we hope to see you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, that was your P2 finisher for tonight. Now, let's bring down the coveted Travis Manning on his race win tonight. Travis, this is Thomas, Jay, and Dallas in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, hey guys, I got you.
Travis, what a phenomenal race you ran there, especially towards the end, the battling you had with that 11 truck of Christopher Hill. It all flips, the race flips on top of its head. You find yourself in a great position there at the end. A little bit of maybe a pit stop mix-up there with the 11 is all you needed. And you find yourself up front on the final restart, and you get the dubs. Talk us through that race. What happened? How did you try to fend off the 11 there before the caution? And what was going through your head?
Yeah, I mean, it was there was a lot going on there. I knew that once it clicked in my head, the strategy that he was pulling, I knew I was in trouble. And then whenever I pitted, it was a matter of just a couple laps. He waited about 2 or 3 laps, and those 2 or 3 lap fresher tires are just such a big deal. And it was impossible for me to fend off. I did it as long as I could, but you know, the way things kind of ended out there at the end with the lap traffic, I mean, it worked out in my favor, thankfully. So I mean, I'll take a lucky win any day, that's for sure. But yeah, Chris was fine. Definitely stunk to see him go down like that. But you know, at the end of the day, we got lucky and we brought it home.
Now, I really want to ask at the end of the race there, because we just got done talking with Joseph. He said going down the back straightaway on that white flag lap, he was trying to get you to block him going high. You did it. You stayed stone cold. You stayed on the bottom. Did you know that he was trying to pull that?
Yeah, because that's one of my favorite moves to pull with guys. So yeah, for sure. I mean, it's that's the tricky part to this aero package is you've got to be patient, and even when you see guys do things like that, you can't jump on their move. You know, you're still in control of your own vehicle, and with the turn coming up, if I was stuck on the outside, everybody would have went with him. So it was just kind of hold my ground. If they get to my outside, I just hold off the best I can, and is what it is. But you open up the inside and it's over. So there was no chance of me doing that.
Absolutely. Well, an experience driven Travis Manning here tonight, going down the back straightaway, sealing that victory for himself. Look, we got a special guest in the booth tonight. That is Dallas Seward. Jay is having a little bit of voice issues right now by how crazy that race was turning out there at the end. So I'm going to hand it over to Dallas. He'll hand it back to me, and then we'll close this out.
Travis, I mean, it's always a pleasure watching you race. You are one of the most fun drivers I have ever seen on a racetrack. It is. I know when you're in a race that if I just watch you and you're so insightful in everything that you do. I'm very convinced at this point that you could block out an entire Walmart parking lot. You had that truck so wide at every point when Hill was trying to catch you, and then obviously when he finally got to your inside and made them or outside, I don't remember which one it was, but got around you. Did you know at that point it was over until that caution came out?
Yeah, and that was really the goal. You know, was just hold him off as long as I could. If I could hold him up just a couple laps, maybe I can get lucky and he'd hurt his tires a little bit, or just something to maybe get him to make a mistake. Because at that point, I'm just going to go down swinging, and if I wreck myself in the process, I accepted that fate. So it's just one of those things where you've got to accept it and say, look, if I want to win, I've got to try, and I don't want to just roll over and give it to him. I tried, and I know Chris will race me clean, and it was it worked till it didn't, I guess.
No, it was so much fun watching. I've decided to take this one in the broadcast booth, and I'm glad I did that. Finish was so much fun to watch. You had 6 trucks underneath a blanket. Anything else in the truck needed for the long run that you think you could have done differently?
I needed a lot of front drive. It was especially on those long runs, it just it was pushing really bad, and I don't know where I've missed it, but hopefully by tomorrow we get it figured out, and thanks to Steven and everyone who pulled this series together, because that was the whole idea of this, is we can get our truck straightened out for the RTP stuff. So yeah, just a little bit more forward drive. In traffic, the truck's really good, but clean air, and it definitely loses a little bit of handle as it goes.
Well, I saw that you didn't qualify, and even then, I think you were my pick tonight. I know when Travis Manning's on the track that he's going to be at the front eventually. Congratulations on the win. I'm really glad that SK was able to put this together for you guys, and I wish you luck in the rest of your road to pro this season.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. And just shout out to Brews and Q's on the truck, LA Tyler Esports Team Setup Shop. Big shout out to all of them, and thank them for riding along with me this year.
I think Tom was going to do that, and I didn't have to pass it off to him.
Hey, man,
you know how this goes already.
And look, you did a great job, Travis. Fantastic job on track tonight. Congratulations on your win. And Travis, I'm sure we will, but I'm going to say it anyways. We hope to see you in the next one.
I hope so too. Yep. Catch you guys soon.
All right, we'll see you. All right. Wow. What an absolute race that we had tonight with the Nexus Motor City Truck series here. I mean, we saw multiple strategies. We saw side-by-side racing. We saw very, very, very competitive trucks going at it there at the end, and it just turned into a caution at the end that really turned the race upside down, and we see Travis Manning win this race. Jay, I'm going to give it away back to you for your famous monologue here towards the end of the race. Go at it, Jay.
Oh, man. First off, I want to just give a shout out. If anybody works for Halls or runs Halls or anything like that, please send sponsorship this way. That's how I got enough voice left just for this outro here. But What an amazing race we had here in the Sin City 200 at Vegas. We get off to a little bit of a rough start here at the beginning. Strategies got kicked wide open. We saw about 4 or 5 different strategies play out. And then we had a run of the century here. We saw Christopher Hill drive from the back to the front, just digging. He was on a long game strategy. We saw Manning and Tucker working together at the beginning or the middle stages of this race, trying to build this gap. And we saw Christopher Hill. He was just on rails tonight. Unbelievable the speed he had. And then he finally, the strategy all cycles in. Him and Travis Manning put on a battle for the ages there. Unbelievable what we witnessed. A little bit of a wreck there that changed the strategy at the end of the race. I think we had like 6, 7 cars in the lead lap to finish this one out. And all of them were out there battling for the win. I mean, crazy. We saw 2-3 wide race and Travis Manning. Unbelievable. Nothing rattles the man, Travis Manning. What an unbelievable drive to the end of this race. He's 2 for 2 in the Motor City Truck Series races this season. Unbelievable race. I can't believe it. I don't have much voice left. Halls, Vicks, Chloroseptic, I don't care what it is. Send that sponsorship our way, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. Just another phenomenal race that we got to watch here, to broadcast, to even give you guys context on the race that was happening. What a pleasure it is to come out here every week to be with these guys. Just awesome. Awesome. Everybody in the chat, I saw people betting their house on people here on the racetrack. What a great even community in the chat that we had here tonight. A huge appreciation to you guys. All the comments, all the likes, all the subscribes means so much to us as we round down this broadcast. Look, I don't even, Jay, you put it the best. You really did, but just wow. Just wow. What a great combination we have with the trucks in Las Vegas. We've seen it twice now. First with the PSCRL, now Nexus. Unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. All right. Now let's really wind this down. Thank you guys once again for coming out, liking, commenting, subscribing. It means so much to us. Hit that bell icon. Get updated whenever we post new content. We got lots of stuff coming to you guys now and in the coming months, including Dega games. So make sure you guys keep up to date with that as we continue to unravel what we're doing. Make sure you guys check out our merch store. We got lots of new content there, lots of new merch going on there. Make sure you guys check out our channel. You can find our store tab right there. It'll take you straight to the website where you guys can pick out what you want and order it. I will tell you, all the proceeds that come from that go straight back into the channel to help produce better content for you guys. And that is a promise by us. It'll never go awry. I promise you that. Promise. Also, check out our membership options. Look, right here, this man, Dallas Seward, a great supporter of the channel, our first ever member that we had, getting an opportunity to come up here in the booth and broadcast a race with us. A fantastic job you did tonight, Dallas. Thank you so much for coming out. We truly appreciate it. You did a phenomenal job, and look forward to many more with you as well. So go ahead, check out the different types of memberships there. Support the Dega Boys. Again, all the proceeds that go to that will go straight back into the channel to help build this awesome community that we have, that we couldn't build without you guys, without people like Dallas. Also, I'm going to hand it off to Jay here for a quick second to talk about our podcast side of things and our upcoming events. So Jay, why don't you take it away for us?
Yes. First off, I want to say, hey, we have the best racing we've seen all year long. IRL, sim racing, it don't matter what it is. The best racing we've seen all season long has been right here on this channel. I mean, unbelievable races. Non-manufactured racing. And look what you get. You get natural, amazing racing and finishes. Unbelievable. So, with that being said, go check out the video that came out here today to explain to you how terrible the Atlanta races were. We are in the minority here with this whole topic, so watch that whole video at length. It's a great watch. But nonetheless, tune into our podcast, episode 59, coming up on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, like clockwork. We're going to be here to recap the Qatar season opener for the World Endurance Championship, as well as the Bahrain Grand Prix review. And then also we'll be previewing the IndyCar season, which starts next weekend. Unbelievable. IndyCar's back. Finally, IndyCar's back. I can't wait to bring that action to you. And then we'll also be recapping the the NASK cross out R entertainment series as well. That should be all right as well. They're at Vegas this weekend as well. But make sure to tune in. Also, Watch Party poll is on our community page right now. Go vote for anything but the NASK cross out the R entertainment race. Hopefully you vote for IndyCar. That would be awesome. That'd be great. Make sure to vote for the race you want to watch. IndyCar. That'd be great time here on this channel. Also, on Friday, the Crash compilation is going to be out here on the channel for the month of February. And also, if you want to see the full unedited version that YouTube does not like, that will be on our Patreon. So go join our Patreon and you get to see the full Crash compilation at length. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. We're trying to keep motorsports alive for this generation and generations to come.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note of Patreon, make sure you guys go and look at all of our other social medias that we have, TikTok, X, Facebook, and of the likes. We got lots out there, lots of content. Make sure you guys go check out our Discord channel. We've got all the latest and breaking news coming out on that Discord channel, basically hourly. So make sure you guys go and follow that. Continuing to build the greatest platform for motorsports here with the Dega Boys. We truly appreciate everybody who has came out and supported us here. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for all the likes, the subscribes tonight. We truly, truly appreciate it. Make sure you guys also, I'm just going to throw this in there, for sponsorship inquiries, email us at degaboys1@gmail.com. If you guys want to have a sweet little banner on all of our broadcast, podcasts, videos, even on our channel banner. So, if you guys ever so lovely would be ever so lovely, if you guys want to be a part of that, make sure you guys hit us up at degaboys1@gmail.com. We truly appreciate everyone who came out. Once again, thank you everybody. This has been Thomas J and Dallas in the booth. We appreciate everybody, and we'll see y'all in the next one.